What's up, guys? I'm playing drums for the Montoya Machine on June 6th at Dayblock Brewing. We are playing support for Heed the Warning with Casanatra and another band called Far, Far Away. Shows at 6 p.m. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. It is a 21-plus event. Go to Dayblock Brewing for any extra details. Who, me?
Fuck. No, I'm kidding.
You got to say who you're talking to.
That's so funny.
Do you guys know that video?
What is that?
It's just this dude who plays online, and he changes his name to, like, so if your gamer tag is Lance Reed, right, he'll change his to Lance Reed 1, and then he'll just go in and he'll get people riled up, and so they're like, blah, 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 and he'll be like, who, me? And he's like, yeah, you. And he's like, I didn't know who you were talking to. You gotta. And then they'll be like, I'm talking to Lance Reed. And he'll go, I'm not Lance Reed. I'm Lance Reed 1. Dude, and he just keeps going and keeps, in about 30 to 40 seconds into the video, dude, you're doing it. You're going, who, me?
Me?
And then these fucking people get so mad, dude. And he's like, you gotta say who you're talking to, dude, because he just stays super chill about it. It's just one of those classic gaming trolls, and it's fucking hilarious. And then Patrick started doing it to this one dude in our Discord one night. This guy got a personal problem with Patrick from 93X.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, he thought Patrick fucked his girlfriend, which didn't happen, but we were all super shit-faced, right? So this dude's trying to have a serious conversation, and Patrick just keeps going, who, me? Like, and this went on for like 2 hours, and we're dying in the background, dude. Just... Oh, my God.
Who, me?
Who, me? You got to say who you're talking to, bud.
Who, me? Patrick.
Yes, you.
I remember
And
Patrick.
that's the thing is, yes, you. There's only one Patrick in this room. You got to say who you're talking to, bud.
I'm Lance Reed.
Cheers, boys.
Patrick.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm
Are we
honored.
rolling?
I'm
We're
honored to have you guys here. Yes, we are live, sirs.
I'm using a coaster.
Should I
The
use my
absolute
phones?
great and powerful Casanatra, Dennis Asher, Lance Reed. Seriously, I'm really honored to have you guys here.
Well,
I've
Oh,
respected and
stop.
admired you guys for a very, very long time.
I appreciate
You're
that.
The
sweet boy.
first time I seen you that I knew and remembered, like, who you were, your names, and what you guys were doing was ironically not Casanatra, not Goodnight Ritual, not any other cold cranking amps or Grace Point. It was ironically you guys were doing like a cover / tribute thing
Oh, yeah.
on Halloween with Reaping Asmodea's thing, the Misfits thing.
Yes.
What do they call it?
Gravesig.
Gravesig. And you guys fucking blew
And a
me
tribute to
away.
Dimebag Daryl. That was,
Oh, that's
that was
right.
that was the
that-
driver for the night.
Yep,
That was
you
the
are
driver
correct.
for the
You
20
are correct.
some odd years that we did it.
Yep. You guys blew my fucking mind. And then you had, what's her name on, and
Felicia. We think you saw the one year
We
where
had Felicia and Teresa.
did it with us. Did
dude,
Felicia
and I
Teresa
think you
were
guys
up
did
there?
Black Sabbath with her.
Felicia
Yeah.
and Teresa.
So
I don't
just
know.
yeah,
I don't-
background is
It was truly impressive. I was genuinely blown away. You guys did, was it Fat Bottom Girls
we did do
by Spinal Tap?
big bottoms.
And I had this moment of perfect bliss because right before you started that
did do
song,
Big Bottoms.
you said something, and I went, please do Big Bottoms or Fat Bottom, whatever it's
Big
called. I
Bottom.
can't
It was
remember.
Big
Fat
Bottom.
Bottom Girls
and
is
nobody
Queen,
got
right?
it. It didn't go over good.
No,
I was shocked.
loved it. As soon as you
We
said
were
it,
pissed off that nobody liked it.
it was
we
amazing.
had-
And they're all wrong.
behind.
Fuck
Big
'em.
bottom.
It was great. It was great. It blew my mind. And then I went out and I hung out with you guys in the parking lot as you guys were loading. And that's when you guys told me,
You-
like,
you
well, we actually
saw-
have a thing called, like, Goodnight Ritual.
The actual weirdest year we ever did that. We did that for 20 some odd years almost, where we did a tribute every year. We were Black Garden, and we did a Black Sabbath Soundgarden.
That's what it was
tribute.
called. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath
Black
and
Garden.
Soundgarden.
Black Garden, and so we literally did that once a year. We did it 20 times, where we would all of a sudden in
So impressive.
August go like, oh my god, we got to learn some songs.
So impressive.
That was not easy.
That was never easy, but
Oh
we
my
always
God.
sounded really kick ass, and we had some really great shows at the Triple Rock with that.
Yep,
and
we did.
So drumming wise, Soundgarden actually is pretty challenging. Vocal wise, Soundgarden's very challenging.
yeah,
Black
Whoa.
Sabbath vocally is pretty challenging, but I think the most important thing about executing those two different sounds is the execution of the music and sounding right.
Because they're just
Right.
like each other. They're the same band. It's the same fucking
think so?
band. I
You think so?
absolutely think that Soundgarden is Black Sabbath.
it did mesh oddly well
Soundgarden is
together.
absolutely Black Sabbath 20 years later. In
No
my-
shit. I
always
okay.
felt like, come on. I mean, I
Hey,
always
man,
felt
I'm
that
listening.
way.
I'm listening.
The
man.
first time I heard Outshined on the radio, I was right in the back of a car going over to Superior because we were bar hopping. We were 21. And I was like, is this Black Sabbath? I mean, yeah. Same thing, man.
See, I never thought of it like that because I'm not that much younger than you guys, but I am young enough to where when that song came out, I wasn't already aware of Black Sabbath. Right, Black Sabbath was one of many bands in the background.
So there was a
when I
lot
was
of stuff
7,
that
8,
you had
9, 10, 11
to
years
go
old.
back
Exactly.
to go back and learn. No,
Exactly.
I
So
get it. I get
Soundgarden
it.
was
I
very
get
much
it.
their own thing to me because my introduction to Soundgarden was when, I'm 7, 8, 9 years old and the grunge thing pops and it's Nirvana is the face of grunge. And I'm not a Nirvana fan, but there's this Pearl Jam thing, there's this Soundgarden thing. I kind of like that. And then there's this Stone Temple Pilots thing that I'm kind of like wishy-washy on. See what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, no, I
it wasn't
get it. It's all
until
the same.
4
I've
years
had thoughts on
later.
each one of those. So.
It wasn't until
Yeah.
4 years later where I found out, oh, Ozzy Osbourne used to be in Black Sabbath? Like, oh,
That's awesome.
oh, and Ronnie
Connections.
James Dio is in Black Sabbath? Like, because,
Yeah.
it took a few years later before I'm
Right.
learning those things.
You draw it all back.
Oh, he's a peanut. It's okay, baby girl.
She's trying to talk to me. I got her.
I got the Kavork on him.
But yeah, so it's, when you say it in retrospect, it seems a little more obvious. But yeah, when I was,
When it was
so
going
how old
on.
were you guys when Soundgarden came out?
I would have been like 20, 21.
Okay.
And
We're the same age. So.
yeah. And the first time I will
older.
never forget it, man. Hearing that song on the radio, I was like, "What the fuck is this? Is this an old Sabbath?" Like it was so different from everything. And I was into the Dream Theater shit at the time, and all the prog stuff, and all the shredders. And when I heard that, I was like, "This is raw." And I think that him and I have been going for that raw for 20 years, man.
What do you call that?
Just the raw, just the.
Do you call that
I guess
like
dry.
Playing together.
Analog.
Dry.
Do you call that like the analog sound, the tube sound, the
No
the rock and roll
effects,
sound?
just up the
Two people
gut,
playing
right?
together.
Yeah,
Really.
Yeah.
It's just. And who know each other really well.
Yeah, and
I mean,
we're like
Dennis and I have
we're basically
always-
brothers. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, we've
Done the Van Halen trick almost. I mean,
Yeah.
Right. Say it
Totally.
into the mic, buddy.
I agree.
We've done the Van Halen trick where we're very much in tune with each other and finish each other's sentences.
Now,
I
was
know,
that
I'm
always,
going to start doing it as we go. We'll
We
start
will.
doing this. Yes,
was that always 100% natural that happened, or did that take a
I've-
little bit of time?
I felt like it was natural.
Yeah, it was pretty natural
And then
right
you just
away,
kinda,
but,
like,
but it just kept
refined
on
it.
growing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rare when you. My cousin Nick, which he's actually not my cousin, he married my cousin, but I call him my cousin Nick.
Excuse me,
Cousin-in-law.
Who, me?
cousin
Have sex with
marriage.
him. And be safe. You
My
wouldn't,
cousin
you wouldn't
Nick.
get in trouble at all.
My cousin Nick.
Which cousins are getting married here? We want to know what's going on. I'm a little concerned. What the Christ? Where are we?
He's a fat Italian guy. He just married my cousin. I just call him my cousin Nick, but regardless, him and I had that. I was like,
because you guys
again,
are not cousins at all.
again.
Okay,
start
sorry.
off.
Sorry, Nick.
We're gonna start over.
In fact, no. All right, never mind. I lost my train of thought. Oh, chemistry. That's what it was. Me and Nick had a lot of chemistry. I was like 16, wrote a lot of songs, and he would naturally play the beat I had in my head. So when I write a riff, and this is
Right.
what I was going to ask you. So is your version of chemistry like I'm writing a riff and I kind of naturally just hear a beat in my head and then that's the beat you play? Was it kind of that kind of stuff, or is it transitions?
I
or-
don't ever think about beats when I write.
You never hear a beat?
I don't.
Okay.
I honestly don't.
Okay.
So, and he
Interesting.
always just does it. It's
The only thing
Amazing.
I could say,
Those are more like
I
transitions
don't ever.
or finding
And
the
he
one. or-
starts beats, and I'll play. We kind of bounce off each other, and we have Jared too. So it's like this And now Jake is like writing shit, so it's been great, man. We have too many songs, but yeah,
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
you talk about how it works because
well,
I feel like
Did the question even make fucking sense?
yeah.
no,
I mean,
the question
it
made a
does make
lot of sense. Yeah,
I feel like Dennis and I, when we write together, we do finish each other's sentences, but it also just, like, for instance, I mean, things warp, and by that I mean, even if he may have had like kind of a preconceived beat in his head, even though he didn't think he did, and I may I may hear his 3 as a 1. And
That
I'm
happens
starting
a
there.
lot.
And so that happens where
Yeah.
I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm hearing this continuous motion from here to here, and he's hearing it from here to here, but he goes like, holy shit, that's different. I'll take that.
So in maybe you don't even
that happens all
communicate
the
this.
time.
Maybe you don't even communicate this in actual words, but when that happens, do you go, okay, I'm gonna move my 1 there, or do you just like go, hey, okay, fuck it, I play 2, and
No,
then
I
he
roll
comes
with
in?
it. I roll with it. I
So
roll
you
with
don't
it. Yeah.
you don't
This is very
Every
nice,
time
buddy.
because he always almost always goes opposite of what I thought the 1 was. So I just
you're
roll with
almost
it.
playing on the backbeat then.
Yeah.
That's how old school
And
guys would
sometimes
describe
even
that.
3. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't really think about that necessarily.
Yeah.
Which I always think the idea of the backbeat is hilarious because to me you're just rearranging the math.
Well,
like it's still the same thing.
the
You're just
backbeat-
deciding where the snare goes.
Yeah.
Like
The
But-
backbeat is the opposite of whatever happens in a Lutheran church when they're clapping.
sure.
Exactly.
Instead, so
I always make fun of my wife. Sorry, Molly.
The
So
Lutheran
she's like,
church.
it's like bum boom bum boom, and she's like bum boom bum boom bum boom bum, and I'm like, no, up the snare with
Yep.
the snare,
Yep.
please with the snare.
Yep.
Clap with the snare,
So
for
for
God's
the
sake.
listeners that don't know exactly what he's
Oh,
referring
you
to,
honkies.
a lot of white people, traditional white people, especially in churches, they'll clap on the 1 and the 3. The 1 and the 3. Whereas if you go to a black church, they clap on the 2 and the 4. And
What's the
that's
one?
typically in a normal 4/4 beat. That's where the snare goes,
The
is on
one
the 2 and the
video-
4. So you go doom ka doom ka doom ka doom ka. But white people will go doom ka doom ka doom ka doom ka doom ka, and it's super fucking awkward.
What's the video? What's the
It
video
only
where?
looks good while headbanging.
Who
You can
turns
headbang
it
on the 1
around?
and the 3,
Somebody
and
turns-
that works, and that's it.
Yeah, it works with head banging.
That's it. That's it, though. The headbanging on the 1 and the 3, it works. That's okay. Everything else sucks. Sorry, keep going. I apologize.
No. It was the one where. What's the video where it's Stevie Wonder? Somebody turns it around. Turns the crowd around.
Harry Connick Jr. It's
Yes,
Harry Connick Jr.
He's
Pull this
awesome.
up.
He
Pull
makes
this
the
up.
crowd go from
Harry,
1 to 2.
pull this up.
Dude,
This is worth
it's
getting demonetized for.
amazing.
This is worth getting demonetized for because it's exactly what Dennis is saying right now. Harry Connick
so
Jr.
great, dude.
turns the beat, or Harry Connick Jr. flips the beat. You'll
love
find
this
like
video.
a 30 or a 40-second short, and it's the crowd, the white crowd, is clapping on the 1 and the 3, and it's actually starting to annoy Harry Connick Jr., which is the only reason you would ever do this. So he adds an entire beat that
Yeah.
doesn't exist
It's
to get
awesome,
the crowd
dude.
on the
He
fucking
turns
2
the
and the
whole
4.
crowd around. It's amazing.
Here it is, rhythmic
Yeah, there it
displacement.
is.
130. Yeah, play this. Make
Thank
sure
you,
everybody
Harry.
can hear this.
Fucking Harry. Well, anyway.
From Dodging
No,
Saracen.
don't skip it. You just.
Oh my God, what are we doing?
He
Yeah,
did
just-
it again.
Yeah, and then
What the
make
hell
sure
is
they
going
can hear
on?
this too.
Here it is.
Here we go.
Excited, take me home. I love to be invited once with it.
2,
I'm sure you'll be
3,
delighted.
4,
We could rock
2,
all night.
3,
Wait
4.
and see. We might fit together.
Here it comes.
That would be my lucky day. Yeah. Come by me.
Here it comes. Here it comes. We got to keep talking over it, or we'll get demonetized.
Don't
Here it comes.
get demonetized.
Here it comes.
This would be me in the crowd.
Here it comes. He's getting annoyed. He's like, "You're fucking the groove up."
Oh, I turned into a Lutheran now.
Look at the crowd.
All right, here it comes. Here it comes.
There, he did it.
Yep. Yep. It's so subtle. You can cut it. You can cut
Nice
it.
work, Harry.
And there's another video
Jeez.
that you guys can look. Not you,
that's amazing.
not you, Jason, but the viewers. If you guys want to like go, there's somebody that breaks it down. And they like put the rhythm on the screen and they
that
show
was
you. And then they're like, and
genius.
here it comes where he adds a 5th beat to just cycle it back around and switch gears, dude.
Oh, that was beautiful piece of work right
pull.
there.
Good pull. That's a great
Thank you.
reference.
Thank you
That's a
very
great.
much.
That's a great
Thank you very
reference,
much,
though.
Send all the credits,
smoke
Dennis.
That's
all the
perfect
weed.
context to what you guys are talking about, and that's why I always laugh about the idea of like the backbeat because I'm like, all you're doing is moving the snare.
We have
Like that's all you're really doing. You're just moving the snare. I just call that a different groove, right?
Yeah.
we had a song.
The Kavorka is working.
We had a song. What the fuck's the one where people were like, "Is that in 2-1?"
2-1.
I'm serious.
2-1.
Strange,
Stranger Holiday. That was
Stranger
strange.
Holiday, yeah.
Very strange.
weird ass. It was a weird ass song.
You can find that in Wooden Glass.
2-1
that's
might be the most obscure time signature I've
I
ever
know,
heard of in my
but
life.
people were always. I had a couple of people say like, "What is that?" And
We never.
we just
did
got
know.
lucky. We never figured it out.
We never
Yeah.
did know. Had a little skipper in there.
So again, like an example of just letting it go. You don't need to. Oh,
You're
Puppy.
gonna
Peanuts
you're gonna
getting
become very
evicted. Peanuts
can't handle me,
getting
man.
evicted. She
You're
can't
just
handle
you're too hot.
Dennis.
Dennis.
He's got too
you're
much
too hot.
Kavorka about him. Peanuts getting evicted. Peanuts
She
getting
sing.
evicted. Peanuts getting evicted. She wants to lay on her left side.
You want to get flipped?
She's so old, dude.
He just flips it like a fucking pancake.
You want to get flipped? You're killing me, dude. That's the funniest shit.
She's got a pressure
She's got
ulcer.
a bad hip. She's got a bad hip, so sometimes she has a hard time like standing up and flipping over. Sometimes she just wants to get flipped like a steak.
I love it. I hope we have all of this.
Oh yeah, this is all live on the internet right
No,
now.
she just wanted to see. She just wanted to be with Daddy. Oh,
Peanut just wanted to be in the action. Oh, you baby girl, you're
Oh,
so
it's-
pretty. You're such a pretty girl. Peanut, you
miss
can
that.
be in the mix.
I
Don't
miss
you
having
worry.
a dog, but dogs are so much work. Oh
It's
my
like a
god,
fucking human
They
child.
can be.
they are
yeah.
a child.
They really
Yeah.
can be, especially like if you're a musician.
Oh,
Because
Peanut.
this
You
is
can't
this
be
is a dog
gone,
you
dude.
take everywhere. You know, you get a small dog,
If
so
you
you
got a
can take
little
them
one, you can
everywhere.
take it everywhere, but you
Until you're a
can't.
musician, because then it's like the middle of the winter. Can't leave it in the car, but I got rehearsal for 3.5 hours, so I can't bring you in there because you'll
Peanut's
go
getting a
deaf.
pat on the ground.
Right? So like that's a challenge, you know, when you have a
Mm-hmm.
puppy like that. But when they get a little older and you can leave them at home in the kennel for a couple hours, it's not that bad. Especially when they're this side, because now that she's old, it's getting harder and harder to take her on walks and do shit. So what I'm going to do now, I got a little scooter, like not a stand-up scooter,
Take
like
her out.
like a moped,
Yeah.
125. So I
Oh,
can
cool.
go pretty fast. I'm going to get her one of them
She
little
digs it.
backpacks. I'm gonna get one of them
Get
little
some
backpacks, and I'm gonna
breeze
have her.
behind her.
Yeah, dude. And I'm gonna take her out just random places, dude.
Peanut
Like,
just
'cause
wanted to
she
have a
can't-
place to sit.
She can't, dude. She walks like 100 feet and she's exhausted. So I don't have to worry about her running away. I never really did.
Yeah.
but yeah. We're gonna go for a lot.
just wanted to
a
be
lot
part
of
of the
rides
action.
this year.
I think that's what it was. She just wanted to be, she looks like she just wanted to be part of the action.
I used to
She's
bring
fine for
my
me.
old dog. So I brought Spike to practice
Oh,
a number of
Spike
times.
loved that
yeah.
shit.
Spike loved that shit. He was like half corgi, half Scotty, but his ears could handle the high volume. It was weird. It never bugged him.
Yeah, they're.
He had
I've,
the big ass fucking corgi ears.
so I've heard both. I've heard
Or he
that
was
they can't.
deaf early.
Yeah, I've heard they
Oh,
can't,
no.
but I've also heard that there's certain frequencies that just are null and void to them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect them. The volume isn't what it is. It's the frequency.
Because we all had the low. We didn't have any dog whistle action going on.
Look that up, Jason.
yeah,
Jason,
yeah.
look that up. Like what actually damages
the-
your hearing? Is it the decibels or is it the frequencies? Because think about it, right?
Gunshots.
If
is
you
what I
play
get.
a low-
frequency gunshots will do it.
I'm deaf in my right.
Howitzer
ear from
did it.
Fucking a gun range. So there you go.
But if you
These two idiots were shooting fucking.
but if you play a certain low frequency that we can't hear, it doesn't, or a certain high frequency that we can't hear,
It
no
won't-
matter
you
how
won't even hear
loud you
it.
play
Doesn't
it,
matter,
it's
yeah.
irrelevant,
Does
right?
it blast something?
Unless it's the
you
brown,
can't hear
the
it,
brown
doesn't
tone
exist.
where you crap yourself.
I suppose it really.
Do you think that
Be
really
the
exists?
lowest.
Well, blow down cilia in your ear. That's the deal.
Do you think the brown note really exists?
Well, talk to him. We're just
Oh.
starting.
I mean,
Come on now. Well, Eddie
Yeah,
Van,
silly
Eddie
in
Van
your
Halen's
ear.
guitar tone is
and might just blast down some of those. Those are little
You
tree
like
trunks
you
of
like
sound.
Eddie's tone?
God, best tone ever.
Have you
I
listened to
don't-
the
my
isolated tracks on
The
YouTube?
best goddamn guitar tone ever, and I hate to say it, and it's Chezzy and douchey, but Jakey Lee on Bark at the Moon. His goddamn, if you isolated those guitar,
So it
whatever
says
the fuck
decibel
he
level.
used. Yeah,
It says
see,
decibel
look.
level, but here's the thing. Again, if it's a certain super high frequency
Yeah.
that we can't hear, it doesn't matter how loud you play it. It's not going to hurt my ears because I can't hear it, right?
Exactly. In every
Like,
sense of life.
It
is
doesn't
that
matter
not
how
true?
loud you blow a dog whistle. I can't hear it.
I suppose those cilia probably won't be affected.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't matter how long my sentence
don't
goes
know.
on if
Be
you're
honest.
not listening to the end of it. So it's the same.
But no, Eddie Van Halen tone. I talked to this dude recently who thought Eddie had shitty
Eddie's
tone, and I literally just went like
when you hear it
impulse
isolated,
reaction.
it
I went,
sounds harsh.
"You don't know what good tone is." I've listened to his isolated tracks on YouTube. You should pull one of those up real quick just for reference.
Those.
Eddie Van Halen has some of the greatest guitar tone of all time.
Eddie's my hero.
Him, Jimi Hendrix,
Oh my
James Hetfield when he's not on cocaine.
No, when he's on cocaine.
No, and Justice
Master
for All was
Puppets tour.
atrocious.
Dude, fucking the live shit from oh my god.
James
when they were
Hetfield was
opening
at peak
when
cocaine
they were
on Justice. and it
opening
was not
for
good guitar
Dawkins.
tone.
Right? Yeah, Monsters of Rock tour. I think they were still opening for
When they were
Dawkins.
still just
Opening
on
for
the NS and
Dawkins.
stuff.
They
Is
were
that-
just fucking flying. Everything was just it was insanity. There's some great live
They
shit.
were
of that.
second
So they
to
did
fourth.
Monsters
They
of
were
Rock.
on fire.
They did
man.
Monsters Rock a couple times because I remember
Yeah,
one time they were
'cause
one
they-
of the
they-
not the headlining band, but they weren't opening because I remember not Cold Kingdom. Who's that?
Cold
Kingdom
no.
Come.
Kingdom
No, Kingdom Come.
The Led Zeppelin wannabe.
Yeah, yes,
The
yes.
first Led Zeppelin
It's-
wannabe.
They were
it's all
totally
just
the
blues.
worst,
It's
yeah.
all just the blues. No. Isolated guitar tracks.
Scorpions.
Isolated
the
guitar
Scorps were
tracks.
good on that tour. They were on fire. They kicked the shit out of Van Halen. Sorry,
Sorry,
Sam.
I didn't mean to sidetrack you. So you were bringing
You
up
didn't
Monsters of
sidetrack
Rock.
me.
We were talking about
No, we're not sidetracking.
Metallica on cocaine.
It's okay, buddy.
We were
Yeah,
talking about
no.
Metallica on cocaine.
Yeah,
the
and they
guitar
were
tone.
on fire. Yeah, it was
But that's
fucking straight ass
pre-Justice,
fire,
right?
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It was when
Justice.
they were they played some of those songs, I think.
They had
Yeah,
Newstead, but
Already.
it wasn't.
Newstead was
Yeah.
playing, yeah.
But Justice hadn't been recorded.
So I never saw
No,
Clifford
that's
and
post Justice, right? Isn't it? Monsters of
Monsters
Rock?
No.
No.
Before.
Is that?
Yeah, it was in between.
Yeah.
in
So
between,
it was post Cliff, pre Justice. All right.
Yep. 'Cause I never saw Cliff. I wish I saw.
Yeah.
I wish I saw Cliff.
Yeah, because their guitar tone was
Cliff's my hero.
significantly better on Puppets and Black Album versus Justice. Like their guitar
I
tone
feel like
during Injustice for All
Little
really
woofy.
took a dip.
Little woofy.
Was it Bob Rock that did Justice? Because it's
No,
No, that
did.
was still Fleming
No,
Rasmussen.
that was
He did the ones
Fleming.
after that.
Ian Fleming.
the black. Oh, Ian Fleming. Yeah.
How do I know that name? Who's Ian Fleming?
That's fucking James
He,
Bond
but he did the
author, isn't
fucking.
Is it?
it? Is it?
I don't know.
man. I
No,
know
he's
I
a
just
British
threw out
dude.
Fleming.
Yeah,
Fleming is something
Ian
though.
Fleming. Ian Fleming. You're right, and he did.
No, Fleming Rasmussen is the.
No,
producer
Fleming
of all the-
Rasmussen,
That's
okay.
the Metallica producer.
Who's Ian
Okay,
Fleming?
Thank you.
But you got the Fleming part.
That's your stage name. No, fuck that,
fucking
dude.
author, man.
Fuck that shit. Ian Fleming is from now on your stage name.
Ian Fleming.
Ladies and gentlemen of the drums, Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming.
Dude, come on now. That's a no-brainer. Ladies and
Dude, I am
gentlemen.
I am so pumped to play with you guys on June 6th.
That
will
was
be
fun.
fun.
It's
I am
gonna be
excited
great.
about that.
I love that place.
We were supposed to do a thing in. So for the viewers and the listeners, this whole thing got started because you made a post, Dennis, that you were looking for a show June 7th. And so
No,
I was
no.
like, I think I can do something. I think there's enough time. Let me try to get this date
You went to
booked.
see Cloud.
And then also, I was like, I think I can also do something. If you guys want to do a back-to-back night, I'm going to try to get something in St. Cloud on the 6th.
Right.
And then some scheduling shit happened. You guys were like, we can't do the 7th. And I was like, that's okay because I don't like the venue anyways. Like,
Didn't work.
I couldn't find the right venue. I kept getting venues that were way too big. I want to sell out a small venue. I don't want to fucking bring 200 people to a place that holds 800. I want to bring 200 people to a place that holds 100.
Thank
You
you.
know what I mean? That's what I want.
I do appreciate that.
So
That's kind of the whole point.
Exactly, man. And when things didn't line up, like the stars, I was just like, there's too many things, so no, we'll just fuck it. And then the same thing actually kind of happened in St. Cloud. However, we ended up somehow getting this like beautiful moment where we were all still available because we were supposed to be in St. Cloud.
Right.
And Heed the Warning was like, hey, you guys want to play? And we
That
were
is a
like,
good-
fuck yeah. Do you want another band? And they were like, fuck yeah. And I was like, how about these guys? And they were like, fuck yeah, dude. And so now we're doing the thing we were going to do.
I love
but now
that.
it's not in St. Cloud. It's going to be
It's gonna be-
right
And it's
in
a last second show
Dude, it was
too.
awesome. It's so
we,
awesome.
We actually had.
I'm so excited.
One of Goodnight Rituals CD release shows or
Mhm.
album release shows, whatever. It was
Yeah.
CD.
Did you guys play upstairs or downstairs or outside?
Downstairs,
played
the main.
downstairs?
I think
But it was
downstairs
good,
is a
man.
small room now. And
Yeah.
I think
big one upstairs.
I think
is that where we're
I think
playing?
the bigger one is upstairs. It depends on the pre-sale tickets from what
The
I
bigger
heard.
one
Yeah.
is like a wedding reception hall, I think, type deal. So
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but
So I think the big room upstairs is twice this capacity
Yeah.
of the small room. So if they
Fun.
do enough pre-sale, they'll
We'll get
move
the
it
big
upstairs.
room?
So buy your tickets, kiddos.
And that could happen super
buy your
last
tickets.
Fuck
Look
yeah,
online at
That could happen
Dayblock
super last minute.
Brewing.
What I really wanna do
is play
outside.
Whatever the
I
website
really
is.
want to play outside.
outside there.
I
Oh,
really
but
wanna
they-
play
They were doing
outside.
construction there last time we were there. Did they finish whatever?
I don't know. Say it into the
Giant-
mic. Ask your question.
Did they
into the mic.
finish the giant
I don't know.
building they were building there?
I don't know. I've been there for one show in the middle of the winter. I've never played there.
So
How
play
recently?
outside there. At
The other thing that's super cool about them is they sell tickets directly through their website and they don't add a bunch of bullshit fees. I
Like
threw
That's
two.
pretty cool.
I threw two in the cart just to see what it was. It was like $24 after taxes and
$2.
Nice.
That's
stuff.
much better than $4.
dude, or 12,
You're right.
or doubling the price.
Like so. Okay, how about I just pay when I get there?
Right.
How about that?
Yeah. When your pre-sale ticket is $10, and then when I get there it's $14.50.
yeah.
I'm just gonna buy your fucking at the
Right.
door price for $15. Why?
Thank
Why
you.
would I do that? Like that's stupid.
Yes.
But
Sound
when
guy
it's
was good, too.
$12 and it's risking a sellout, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna buy that pre-sale so I know I can go.
Right.
That's why you do pre-sales, right?
That is why you do pre-sales, because you want it to be cheaper so somebody will buy more.
That's the
Into clubs everywhere.
I posted. I go, guys. They're 33% off on pre-sale. Just tell your wives how much you're going to save. They'll totally be cool with it. I would never lie to you. Here's the link.
Why would I ever
I
lie
would
to
never lie to you.
you? I know.
That's the kind of clever, progressive
And it
promo
ma-
I
and-
do.
and no, it's very true, because it makes you feel very disingenuous when you're saying $10 pre-sale, but then it's literally 22 cents cheaper than what you would have bought if you just bought it at the fucking door.
Yep.
I can say fuck on this show, right?
Oh, 100%,
Okay, good. I thought so.
Yeah, no, we're this
No
is totally
FCCs.
this is total. That's the only thing that makes my podcast even remotely special is that it's 100% live and unedited. It's just here's what we're doing. We're hanging out. We're bullshitting. We'll talk about anything under the sun. I forgot to ask you guys the pre-interview question, which is there any subjects you don't want to talk about?
Oh.
I don't want to
And
talk
then we
about
just stay away from them.
beats. I don't want to talk about
I
beats.
fucking hate beats, man.
I love beats.
They're
I love
red.
beats.
They
Sorry, we
stain.
just
I like them
talked
when
about
they're
beats.
canned. I like the canned beats. Try cutting a beet, motherfucker, with a knife. Just try it. A raw beet.
Shit's rugged.
Yeah.
Sounds like shit too.
Uh-huh. It ain't easy. Try cutting a beet.
Try
I
cutting a
love
beat.
pickled beets. I love
When it's-
roasted beets. I love beet juice.
Anytime anybody
I
talks
love
about
beet
beets,
juice.
it reminds me of that show from Nickelodeon.
I remember
You
when
guys
I
are
had
probably
beet
too old for
juice.
this. Do you remember Doug
I don't remember any
from
Doug.
Nickelodeon?
I not
What?
saw no
From
Nickelodeons growing up.
Remember?
Yeah.
Do you
That's
guys
your
remember
General.
this?
I'm too
you
old
guys
for
remember
this.
this?
I am too old for
I'm
for
way too
You're
old
too
for
old
this.
for this, and Will's too young for
I
this.
remember Sticks. Fuck. But I'm. That's what
They were obsessed with beats in that cartoon, and I never got the joke. I
Doug?
never understood. Yeah, and I never. You guys are too old for it, and these guys are too young for it. Like,
Well, there you go. You run it, Johnny. Just run it.
I wish we had a camera on
Yeah,
Jason
but-
so we could see his hair
But I'm
right
so
now, because
fucking
he's
pumped
got.
for
That's the
this
first
show.
time I've seen his hair, and it's pretty sweet hair.
but I am legitimately pumped for this show, man. Like, I'm super excited. I've said this about the last 2 shows we've played. I haven't been this excited for a show in a long time, but it's a truly stacked bill, dude. It's a great bill, man.
You know,
The
Are
opening
we gonna
band's
have to
phenomenal.
share drum kits or what's going on?
Fuck
man?
no, fuck that.
5
no
bands.
sharing drum
No, it's 4.
kits.
It's just
4.
I thought it was
Just
5.
4.
No, it's
It's
just
only 4.
It's only 4.
All right.
Far, Minneapolis.
We're gonna be racing
Yep,
around.
far away, far
Montoya
away.
Your
Machine
room in the back.
and
They
You
gotta
guys, us,
Heed the
and Heed the
Warning.
Warning, yep. And it's Heed the Warning's EP release show, and they seem like super rad dudes. I've talked to Shannon on the phone a couple times, and they just seem like sweet dudes that really know what they're doing. They got their shit together.
They're
and
fucking
That's a
playing
good
like
thing.
crazy. I love
the
that.
venue is doing things the right way. You know, as far as like how they take care of bands, they're very transparent. It's
Fuck
all on
yeah.
their website. They take a very small fee that pays their sound guy and the door guy and security
They
and all
pay
that.
people.
Mhm.
And then
Legit.
the bands take 100% of everything else.
That's really
Unlike
nice.
certain
Beautiful.
venues in town that try to take 40%, which we will not name on air. We'll talk after.
Which we will not.
I think I told you about
I've
that.
been in the cover band world, my friend. I don't even. I can't even tell you how awful it all is.
I mean, if you're going to take 40% of
it's
the
a
door, I want to
vapid
know what you're
existence.
bringing to the table
Yeah,
for my local show.
What did you do for that?
dude.
Because
Like, are you
that's my
promoting? Are you
cashola
paying
right
for
there.
ads? Because
literally-
the whole point is I bring people to your bar and they buy your booze, and that's where you make your money. The door is how we make our money. So why do you deserve 40% of that?
I challenge a bar to have nobody booked and open up their doors and sell $8 PBRs and see who comes in.
Right?
I just challenge you to that. I'm just saying.
That's a great point, dude.
I mean, really, because it's not going to happen. It's not nothing. You aren't going to sell one because people are going to say, "Why am I here?" And they'll be like, "There's $8 PBRs."
Right.
No, nobody.
Bad
Nobody
business
will be
plan.
there. It will be an empty room.
Or you could play a fat, flat fee and get a cover band, but it's going to cost you $5,000. Like, cover bands don't come in with all those lights and all that stuff and all that production for free.
No,
want money.
it's
Yeah.
for summer shows.
They don't
yeah.
do it for the love of music
4 to
either.
5 grand. Yep.
Just so you know, cover bands aren't in it for the love of music. It's not because they care and they want to share their music with people. It's because they
Some
want
of them
money.
are.
They want
But
more
I-
money.
Sorry.
But I like to shake
you
it.
are.
Though. I like to
You
shake
are.
it once in a
They
while.
want more money.
More money, please. I'm not one cover band, so I
As
can't.
I'm in
ever-
a cover band,
I want him to have all the money.
I can get all the money.
But you do the covers for the money. You do your originals.
But I
'cause you love
also
music.
I never mail it in, man. I go full force every
You're
time.
a great performer, dude.
Well, that's his number one.
whatever the shitty song is, it's full force. I connect. That's all I want to do.
I came and watched you do an acoustic show at the Pillar, and you crushed, dude.
Thank you, sir. That was a cool spot.
That was lovely.
You
That was
did
a
a
cool
great
We
job.
spot.
should play there.
And that's a great venue, especially
I
if you're
know.
trying to, like, let's say you got 4 bands that can all definitely draw 25 to 50 people.
Yep.
Put it in the Pillar.
Fuck yeah.
You'll sell
It's
that
all
fucking thing
ages.
out.
It'll be a
easily.
little madhouse.
However, make sure that you prep them and they have at least 2 bartenders. Because I went there for a
a
show.
little overpowered.
I went there for a show and they just had one tiny little girl trying to do everything,
Aw.
and she was not having a very good
Oh
night.
yes, I went to that show, I believe. Go pop pots, pee pee. Go pop pots, pee pee. It's okay, girl. I love Peanut.
She actually did get a little better when she was on my list.
Oh, she fucking loved being on there, but after a while, she probably had to pee pee.
Yeah, she does got to
Had
go.
to go pop pots.
That's the problem. She used to just jump down and go do her thing. We'd leave the gate open. She'd run outside. She'd do her thing. She'd come back down. She'd hop up. She'd spin herself around until she covered herself up. Like, she used to be completely self-sufficient.
There's no joke about the Kavorka.
The what?
The Kavorka with
Oh, did I
him.
put the Kavorka on her? Oh,
Yeah.
poor thing.
What's the
He got her.
Kavorka?
He got her. Oh, well, I mean, explain the
the
Kavorka,
Kavorka?
Dennis.
No.
I'll let you
What's the
explain the
Kavorka?
Kavorka.
You have, dude. It's
It's
been
not
mentioned.
the
You better
Kavorka.
explain it.
Oh God, no. It's my
divorce?
wife. It's my wife's thing. It's
No,
about
it's
the
fucking it's
Seinfeld episode.
It's basically the life essence which draws people to you and makes you appealing to them.
No, she was more like we go into the hospital and the nurses are like fucking. All of a sudden, there's 4 nurses in the room. That was the thing that got her going. That was what started the whole thing. It's like there only needs to be one.
Just take care of Dennis.
We don't need a follower in the hospital.
I think we're all still a couple pages behind. Please keep
It doesn't
explaining.
matter. It doesn't
It
matter.
matters. We're talking
It
about
doesn't
it,
matter.
buddy.
The pages will come as it goes.
I mean, the
You'll hear it.
Kavorka. I mean, I think somebody at some point in their life always has the Kavorka because it's like just a natural drawing force to somebody else. Which, if you have connected with another human being in a partnership
Amen,
way,
brother.
then you've experienced the Kavorka. But some people just have it a lot more. And he's just got the Kavorka. You're like, well, I mean, like, people's.
Why are we talking?
Well, I'm just saying, you got the Kavorka. You know you got the Kavorka. That's okay.
Oh God.
Where'd your cigar go?
I'm trying to shrink.
I think you're smoking it.
I want to
No, this is
shrink
my
into
cigar.
it.
Damn
Oh,
it.
this is your cigar.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, I'm looking for your Doug. Because you got a
Okay.
nice bud right here.
It's illegal in Minnesota.
No, it's
Bud
legal.
right
It's
here.
all legal.
AF.
When is it gonna? They put it off for
There
another
is
year.
a tribal,
Another year.
a new tribal and off. I don't know where the fuck it is, but where the fuck did they build it? You know?
That sell flowers. Really?
Yeah.
No shit. Really?
Yeah, that sells it off of tribal land too.
We've all
No,
made out now.
'cause
We've all
yeah,
made
but-
out now. I smoked that cigar. You smoked that cigar. You smoked that cigar.
We've
I also
mated.
fixed it, by the way.
We're all infected.
You guys were both over and under smoking it.
I wasn't smoking it at all.
Well, you over puffed it at first, and then you under puffed it, and now I made it even. So now if you
I
guys puff
suck at
that once a
cigars,
minute,
man.
it'll be perfect.
I suck at cigars.
And that's the most enjoyable part of the cigar. I'll give you one tip.
I suck
This
at
is
cigars.
this is the one tip. This is the one tip that everybody needs to
I
know
suck
about
at
smoking cigars. This is it. Put the cigar in your teeth. Don't do this. Because two things.
Wait. Start over. What?
Got some pretty nice tobacco
I
taste
grab
there.
it,
So
So I
don't
do a
don't
tooth
don't
thing?
do this. Don't do this.
Which
two
I have
reasons.
to do.
2 reasons. It looks like you're kissing the tip of a penis, but more importantly,
okay.
when you puff, you're putting all that concentrated nicotine right on your teeth. You're putting it right on the front of your
So
teeth.
you're going.
Yeah. So what you do?
Do it again. That's it. Oh God, that's
And then
creepy.
and then you pull the.
I
and
can't
then
watch you do
And then
that.
it's in your mouth, and
Kill
it's
me
not.
now.
It's not staying in your teeth. Kill me now, he said. You look at Arnold, you look at Michael Jordan, you look at any
Don't go
famous
in that
cigar
room.
smoker.
I will
Put it in
smoke
your
this
teeth.
cigar however I need to
There's a
smoke
bomb in
it,
there.
sir. If I need to poof it like the end of a penis, I'll do it.
There's a bomb in there.
Don't you tell me how to smoke this cigar.
Oh my God, dude, that's fucking priceless. I love you.
Don't you ever fucking tell me how to smoke a cigar. Dennis, will you grab me another one in there? Any of them, I don't give a shit.
Any will do.
Thank you, buddy. Ooh, this is a day tripper
the,
pale ale.
I like the Summer Shandy Indeed version.
I just grabbed a random sampler pack because you said IPA, and I was like,
Random sample
I don't know
pack.
what type of IPA is like
I don't drink
fashionable right
beer.
now.
My beer of
He
choice
never
is
does.
vodka usually, so
Vodka.
yeah.
Neither of us were.
What's
both,
your favorite kind of vodka?
We're both vodka
Well, I
drinkers,
mean,
unfortunately.
I really like Tito's.
Russians.
The
Tito's
Russian
isn't it?
vodkas.
I do like Luke
Tito's?
Zazova. Luke Zazova.
I got
The
that
potato.
Costco vodka in stock upstairs, baby.
Get the giant Grey Goose.
That's
Sour.
that's the fake Grey Goose. Yeah.
The fake Grey Goose. It's Grey Goose.
My wife likes Tito's because she likes to buy American. That's my wife's big thing.
Titos.
I like Tito's. My favorite
Military
kind of-
family.
It's my kind of my go-to vodka.
Titos.
I don't really give a shit about
Come on. There you
where
go.
alcohol
You
is
got it.
made.
You got it.
All I want is something
Ooh,
that tastes
look at
good.
that
to
thing.
light up.
for a
How are
re-
you not smoking
for a
crack with that
reasonable
lighter?
price.
Are you kidding me, man?
I'm not into crack.
You fucking gotta be kidding me, man.
I'm not into any of that shit. That's how I don't smoke crack.
Well,
I don't even do
I'm not
do
gonna talk
cocaine in
about
this
my
country
whole
anymore.
life. Yeah.
I don't even do cocaine in this country anymore.
Those those things.
I might do a little cocaine
I
in
love
Jamaica,
all of those
maybe.
things a lot, and I have to stay away from them. Oh my god! And who doesn't really? Honestly,
Yeah. That's the
you
problem.
do it.
It's all
If you
too
do it a
fun.
couple times, if
I
you've
watched
been,
you inhale that
if
like
you've
a
been
blunt.
smart enough, you just gotta get shut
I
up.
watched you inhale that like
Whoa.
a blunt.
That
I was
like
just
a
waiting
shot
for
of
you.
whiskey right there. Like that was.
That'll
I'm
get
like,
you high.
Whoa.
That kind of that.
That green light's so cool, man. Oh wow. That's what that made me do. Holy shit.
Hey, did you send us any music?
Did you what?
No, I did not.
Yeah, did you send us any tracks that we can
We
play?
have tracks.
We haven't
But you
sent
didn't send
shit.
us anything.
No hot tracks. No.
I
I mean-
have my guitar in my car. What do you got here? We could play some. I don't know. Pick on me though.
We could
But,
theoretically pull that off.
Um.
I mean, literally, if we really wanted to, we could theoretically pull that.
Yeah,
Like, we have the
$600
guitar
mic over
rigs.
there.
Theoretically,
Plop
guitar
that in a
rigs.
guitar, you're good to go.
theoretically pull it off.
You could theoretically pull it off.
We're gonna piss my wife off, but I think it might be worth it. What time is
Talking
it?
about jamming on the kit, the whole spiel.
Yeah, because it's.
Oh, jeez. 1915 right now.
I don't think that thing's tuned up, but go for it. Go for it. Grab it. Grab it. Take it.
Just grab it off the
It's not even that nice of a guitar. Just lift it up. Yeah, there you go. It's just a Takamine. It's not even a real Takamine. That's a G series shit. Probably horribly out of tune.
thing with Dennis, he knows how to play things that are out of tune, so he can just make them sound like there's something.
I don't know how much you can fix that. You might just have to straight up retune it.
Oh, we don't have to do that. No.
Tune that sumbitch, dude. If you're gonna riff on it, at least tune it. Jesus Christ. Where the fuck did those guitar picks go, dude? I had a handful of guitar picks on this table before we started this podcast, and I moved them. Look at this mess over here, dude. Huh?
I have my guitar in my fucking car, man.
You got your
Or
acoustic
I do.
in your car? Go grab it, dude. Let's think about it a little bit.
Let's think about. We are
Let's think
live
about
right now, so now
Like
Jared and I
it
have
doesn't
to talk.
take that much. The biggest risk is when we switch the scene collection to those cameras because we already unplugged one of them.
Ooh.
So it's not a risk,
danger zone.
It's not a risk, but it does change the logistics. And we turned all the lights off over there. So
Wow, Jason's prepping the area for intrusion.
we've never done this before. It may be a disaster.
It
but
may be a
Like where we could
disaster.
jam in the room there.
Yeah.
Lance plays the kit and I play
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that'd be kind of fun. I'm not saying it wouldn't be fun, but it would be fun.
And my guitar's hanging right here, so you can just plug into
I
my
don't have to
rig.
grab anything. I can just grab
It's
your
in
rig.
drop D though.
What's your
well,
wife's name?
technically it's in
Oh,
drop
we'll
C.
figure
What's your
it out.
wife's name?
What is
Kate.
it? What do you got going?
Kate. Okay.
I got a 5150 and a Les.
Yeah, baby.
No pedals, no nothing. It's just dry, just straight.
That's just fine.
I'm a minimalist
I
when
wanna
it
know
comes to my
Kate's
guitar
name.
tone.
In case she
Kate?
comes down.
See what you're saying?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Kate.
she'll. This will be interesting if we actually do this. I don't know that this is a good idea. This
can play
very well
quietly.
might end in
I can
disaster.
play
I don't think it's ever
quietly.
a good
It's
idea.
amazing how I can play quietly.
Oh, the volume's not really going to be a thing. It's literally going to be whether the system is okay with us switching scene collections, which switches to a different group of cameras mid-podcast, and can handle switching all the interface shit over
I
at
am
the same
all
time.
about experiment.
All at once.
I'm all about experiments.
So there's, we're going to have problems. We're going to have big problems.
You are.
We'll think about it. We'll
You
think
are.
about it. We'll think about it.
You are.
You guys set
You
this
are,
shit up
you
in the
are.
background.
Not gonna inhale
You
this
are.
one.
Will, go turn that interface on. We'll see how seamlessly we might be able to pull this off.
one pick. They're everywhere.
I'm like weighing all this in my head. I'm like, logistically, this is like insanely risky. Just because it might just fuck the whole OBS system. What are you looking for, Jason?
There's lights over there.
I have picks everywhere,
Dude,
all the time, all the
I know,
time.
that's what I'm saying.
all
I
around
literally
me.
will.
I'll just
There's
I
a
do
couple
not.
picks on top of my
Rest.
guitar rig. Will you grab one behind me so I don't have to get up? I had fucking 4 of them, right?
Bam.
Oh,
It's
here
my
they are. I got it.
Bizarre
Boom. There you go,
sensitivity
buddy.
Thank you.
Hopefully you're okay with the Jazz 3.
You got Jason Friedman right there.
That's fucking bizarre.
It's a
Jason
Tortex
Friedman tip.
Tortex Jazz 3.
It'll work.
That's a total Jason Friedman pick.
You play guitar at all?
Oh, yeah.
This
Marty
is-
Friedman
these are
Lance
the picks I
Marty.
use.
I could already tell what they were.
Tortex Jazz 3. I actually,
Jason
believe it or
Becker.
not, I actually don't play like that. I play a lot of chords.
But
No bullshit.
if you did play,
I play
I
a
could,
lot
yeah.
of chords.
it'd be way cooler
I
with
do
the
have a
Toltecs.
very,
I
I
play
do
a
have
lot
a
of
very good right hand.
Toltecs 3, I play a lot of chords.
Play a
I
lot of
play a
chords.
lot of chords. That was great, dude. You're killing me.
Dude, Dennis trolling me on my own
I'm
podcast
trolling, yes.
might be one of the
Yes,
greatest.
I am. Yes, I am.
One of,
right
yeah,
now.
might be one of my favorite
Well, like,
experiences on my own podcast.
It puts him in
Because
context
he
a
is
little bit.
relentlessly trolling me
It
tonight,
puts him
and
a little
it's
in
super
context.
funny,
I like
dude.
that.
I can't help it. I'm
We all
sorry.
troll each other relentlessly a little bit.
I'm an abuser.
So, I mean, it's kind of a 70s thing, I think.
We dads from the baby
The
boomer.
fact that you
the
thought
baby
it was
boomer
funny
dads,
that I
man.
said I play a lot of chords, which is like actually
play a lot
true.
of chords.
I really do. I really do. I do genuinely like in middle. I play whole ass chords like barred chords and fucking.
If I
I
was
do a
gonna-
lot of.
Chords are the
If I
best
got
thing in the
pressed-
world.
If I got pressed to play guitar in front of a bunch of people, I'd end up going like.
No, you did a show. He did a fucking show, dude.
What?
You played acoustic guitar for like the.
Oh, I did, y'all.
Yeah,
I've done that.
that's right, and sang. And what? Come on, tell me about it, cause
That's just so weird.
you know it's, oh jeez, oh gosh, oh jeez, oh golly.
It's just not a happy story.
No, but you did awesome.
But yes, I've played guitar before, but
And
No.
when you do that thing, though, okay, so whatever the parameters are, when you do that thing, when you did that, you became a different person. You were like, I didn't know I could do this.
that's true. That's true
One of the building the stacks of your
of your existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically played for a funeral service for people that were
That's rough, dude.
young.
That's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough
no
as
fun.
fuck.
No fun.
That's heavy,
They were
dude.
people I knew.
Still,
so.
I mean, I played guitar at my dad's funeral, or
Oh,
my stepdad's
Jesus.
funeral. It was
Pretty brutal.
it was very tough. Also very awkward. Very awkward for me. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
Well, of
Funeral
course,
performances
It was
are
weird.
because-
always strange.
and you're there in front of, no.
I was like nervous and sad at the same time.
And then you
because I'm like grieving while I also have to perform. It was like weird because
And then
I was young too.
kind of want people to go like, but then you're like,
Nobody
don't
claps.
clap,
Nobody
Right.
claps at the funeral. No.
don't clap.
Right. Especially back then when I like didn't have fully fleshed out songs either. So it was like a combination of like parts of covers and like stuff I wrote with him. It was super weird. It was super fucking.
You were just winging it.
Oh, we can't switch scene collections while we are streaming.
Oh, we're screwed.
Did you try to do it and it didn't work?
Santa Maria.
God damn it.
Jason.
I knew it, dude. Here's what we'll do. If we don't go too late, we'll do a quick little extra bonus content thing. Then
At the end?
we can flip it. Yeah, we can flip it real quick and do it.
There you go.
Because if I'm not trying to also host the podcast, I can jump back there and set up like as if it's one of our rehearsals that I record, and I can do that real fucking quick because I
There
know
you go.
exactly
You know
like
what to do.
yeah. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that if you guys are vibing at the end. Maybe we'll do a
I
little
like
bonus
that.
content. It'd be fun because that shit sounds good as fuck over there. So,
That sounds
but what are
nice.
you guys doing as far as musically right now? You said you had too many songs, so are you guys like recording singles and trying to drop them every 40 days like all the young kids? Are you doing an album? Like
No,
what's
we're gonna do a whole album and release date is September at some point. Hopefully, that's our goal. But yeah, it'll be a full album.
because the kids say nowadays what you do is
We tried
you do
that.
the album thing, but you release a single every
it's cute
45
if you're a
days.
Disney kid,
That's
it
kinda
works.
what I like to do.
Yeah, but
It'd be a cool thing to do.
What they talk about is it being a slow drip, which is what we're kind of trying to do. So apparently, this is the idea: is you
the
release
slow drip.
Yeah. So it's a marathon, not a sprint philosophy,
it.
right? So you drop a single every 45 days, and leading up to that, you promote it with some sort of video element, which doesn't mean you have to go record a concept video with
big video
actors.
for it.
Sometimes it's just a glorified rehearsal space video to a click track, right? Sometimes it's just a lyric video, and you guys aren't even in it. It's just literally the lyrics of the song playing rhythmically with some weird, goofy graphics in the background. It
Right.
doesn't matter. Just some sort of video element on the appropriate platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and that leads up to promote it. And then when it releases, you do another version of that for 2-3 weeks to push it while it's released. And then you start that cycle over. And you do that, and the big bands are starting to do this now too. You do that 3, 4, 5 times, and then you drop the rest of the album.
Right. I think that's a really amazing idea, and I think it's kind of how you have to do it now, but
It seems like it.
because you just need to have everybody's attention at some point. At this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I
you-
think
you
that's what
really
they
do.
mean by the slow drip.
Yeah.
It's just
It has to be
a
a
You,
constant.
you need to be
Yeah.
present, and part of what, and I think that's a really good plan. Like kind of just doing it half and half, like maybe releasing half.
Yeah, and you
of
just
them.
snip your video thing down, and then
Yeah.
when your single releases, you do the whole thing and you push that as hard as.
And then, really, I mean, a big release then could be something different too.
Gotta
Like I
look
mean,
clogged,
what we've
didn't
thought
it?
about doing too is like doing a
We've had
record
a
release along with
1,000
that.
plans. Yeah.
We've gone through about 10 plans through this whole process of us recording music.
Well, and you've been around for a while too, though, so that's kind of hyperbolic a little bit because you guys have been around so long, so you guys have evolved with the times and shit, right? Like if you're
We're
a
trying
brand new
to-
band doing something right now, I don't think. Basically, you got to
We
try
used to
something
go
for a
on fucking-
while to figure out if it even
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, we go on tour with these kids that we could play because we all had lives and shit. We could go 4 or 5 nights and we'd play with these kids that were on tour for 35 fucking days making $50 a night, man.
Yeah.
And that
That ain't gonna.
I
cut it.
remember visual. I will never forget any of that.
I know what you mean.
And that and that's how it was at that time. But I don't know what is the answer. Like I can't. We go back and forth. Let's put a song out. How about we just drop a bomb? I don't
Right.
know.
I
don't know.
I think you
I don't
could
know what to do.
theoretically drop
I-
the bomb, but the
if
bomb needs to be the promotional campaign. You need to.
Well, you got to be ready for it and just be like it's got to be an event.
I mean, you guys are a little older than me, but you'll still remember this.
We're
how
much older than everyone, pretty much.
back in the day, if and this was even true in
Back in the
in
wizards.
the birth of the internet, so like MySpace days, if you dropped an album, even then people were going, "Listen to me, you guys. Spent $5,000 to record your little EP of 3 to 5 songs,
Yep.
and then you spent $5,000 to promote it."
Oh, shit.
But you forgot to spend $20,000 on distribution, and that's why no one's buying your record.
Yeah.
Right? There was these
True.
there was these secondary
all-
and
it's all
tertiary
payola.
So many
elements.
points of failure.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all
nowadays,
payola.
And
It
nowadays,
is.
I feel like there is no distribution because you just throw it on CD Baby or DistroKid, right? And you're just online. And you spend a little bit of money printing things for your own personal merch store and bringing to shows. But I think nowadays it's like, okay, you spent $3,500 on equipment to record this in your shitty home studio. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about like
Right.
your average
Just general.
20-year-old band.
Yeah.
But then what you need to do is still spend 20 grand on promoting your fucking band and promoting your shows
Oh, that's
and your
always been
tour.
the case.
You
I
know,
mean-
you need the billboards, you need the online ads, you need physical people on the ground passing out handheld flyers. You need to like actually
We're a bunch of
and if
consumers
you do
out
that,
there.
I think then you could drop the bomb. But you need a lot of money to push that promo nowadays. If you're going to drop the bomb,
You have to
it's got to be an overwhelming
That's a very good
promotional
point.
I
campaign.
do like the term slow drip
That's a very
because
good point.
it kind of is like that's my
Start to
feeling
drive
about
it
the whole
up.
thing. I mean, it's
It's,
like you
yeah,
just
it's the
need to
DIY version of
just
it, right?
just be present at
Yeah,
all times.
Exactly. Slow, steady wins the race. Marathon, not sprint. You know,
Yeah,
rabbit
I'm not.
versus hare.
I'm
or
definitely
tortoise
not
versus
thinking I'm going to get a major tour going right now. If it happened,
hare. And I just want to be
there's
clear.
that, but
I just want to be clear. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm
No,
not
no.
saying this is my idea. This
Nobody's
is something,
saying anybody's
this
right.
is something that I have observed and witnessed, and this is what other people are preaching, and this is what they say works. So, according to their strategy, that's why you do the slow drip thing, because it takes these. I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. I don't know.
you do not.
Don't open the door. There's a bomb in there.
I don't have 20 to 25 grand to prove them wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Like I don't know any better.
Because that's like if you're literally going to drop a thing, I feel like you need 25 grand to make it count.
Right. Because you got to drop a bomb.
Because you got to drop a bomb,
Because the music could be.
Dropping a bomb.
and you can't
And I
drop a
think-
bomb with no with
dropping
no
a
TNT.
bomb.
Dropping the bomb, huh?
Because I think the music can be great, but I think a lot of people's music is great now. You know,
Everybody's.
I don't
doing
think having
shit,
good
man.
music is good enough anymore. So
There's
some
a
people,
lot of good music, man.
some people
thought
go with the
when
freak
my-
show thing. You know, they do the makeup and the hair and the costumes and the lights and the
Yeah.
fireworks, right? And that's what they do to stand out, because their music is also just very good. You
Right.
know?
Having
Like how do
What I do feel like is there.
you guys see where
is-
I'm going with this though?
Yeah,
I
like,
do,
What
I
I
do,
do feel
I
like
do,
is there
I do.
is an idea
I'm
that
down.
you can slow drip and with the bomb drop actually formulate an album. You know, actually formulate an album.
Jason,
and
is
like,
his
and-
mic
Well,
low?
it's basically
Because there's something going on with his gain.
Chicka,
I can
chicka, chicka,
barely
chicka,
hear
chicka,
him in
chicka.
my
Hey,
headphones.
hey, hey, hey.
Whereas Dennis, I hear him just like I hear myself.
Chicka,
Did we,
chicka,
did we
chicka,
turn
chicka.
his gain down on the
You
interface?
hear me like you
Go
hear
figure. The
yourself.
drummer got blocked
he
out.
should be number 4.
Fucking drummer gets fucked again.
And make sure he's at about noon like
Santa
everybody
Maria.
else.
I'm trying so hard to talk.
Es los guapos peres
I'm
peres.
talking so hard. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, make sure it's just at about noon though. Like
I'm
shouldn't-
talking.
It shouldn't be too loud.
I'm talking. I'm
Yeah, I
talking
don't-
real
I don't know
loud.
what's going on? Maybe it's just me, dude. Maybe it's just a
Well,
frequency thing.
Let's just say that. But I do feel like there's yes, making the slow drip is cool. I like that, and I like the bomb drop at the end also. But with that, like having an album that's laid out from front to back, I think is huge. I mean, just having right. I mean, having them
full
laid out,
piece of art?
having those full songs laid
That's-
out how
that's
you
too
want
much,
them
Jason.
heard,
That's way too much now.
how you want them heard, is really huge. And
That's
so
good right there. Thank you.
yes, I love the slow drip. That's what
But
that's
I do
been-
think you're
that's
right,
been,
though, dude. I like the old school, like, hey, let's do a concept album. This is a piece of art meant
Well,
to
like,
be
you know,
consumed
even-
from beginning to
And
end.
right, even if it's not like a total concept, like a whatever.
But what I mean by that is it's not just a collection of songs. It's not just a collection of
Right.
tracks. This is a piece of
It's
art meant to
the
be
way-
consumed from
Right.
beginning to end, like
Yeah.
you put on a vinyl record.
Exactly.
And you sit down like the old fucking 60s and 70s movies where the kids sat down with the headphones and laid on the floor and smoked a joint. And that was the entertainment. You just
Right.
listen to music.
You just listen to the music.
Now music is something in the background while you do something else.
It is quite sad. I am so sad about
So
that.
I
actually.
agree with the idea of like dropping the bomb and the piece of art. I'll never let go of that. But even like
yeah,
bands that do that are still doing
Yeah, you're
a
still
partial
doing that.
slow drip
Yeah, you're dripping it and
Yeah.
then
as a
and then
lead
dropping
up
the bomb
to
at the
the
end.
drop.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everything always ends up being. The correct answer usually ends up being a blend of all the good ideas.
Of all the things
Pick
that
the
happen.
best parts
Right.
of everybody's strategy, and that's the strategy. And that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out, which is why I ask these questions and put these ideas out there. It's like, because it's kind of an ebb and flow thing, right? Is figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Okay, well, that works for you guys, but that didn't work for them.
No, yeah,
You know?
that's
And
a
even
whole
when it
other-
works
This
with
works for
us,
them, and it didn't work for you
necessarily
guys.
work
Like-
every time that we did it. That's the weird thing about music. It's like, well, it's just whatever's happening for everyone else in the whole existence that's going to see you at the time.
Yep.
It's like, are they going to be able to come? Maybe not.
And what I never want to do is try to calculate it, because then we're just being AI.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be AI, because that's the whole point. Like, we're analog. We are human beings. We are analog creatures creating art through suffering and enlightenment. And I don't want to shortchange that by putting
exactly
everything
what
in a
AI
spreadsheet
is. AI
and
is just
trying to
doing
figure
it.
out the best way to do this.
AI is just doing the
do
same
it
thing.
like a real human being does.
But
You know,
that's
you
what-
figure out what resonates with people, what speaks to their soul. And I'm still never sure you can ever quantify speaking to somebody's soul. I'm 100% certain I can quantify enraging you, right? Like, I can clickbait you, I can rage bait you all day long.
Right.
Yeah.
But speaking to your soul and getting you to cry and giving you goosebumps while listening to music, I don't think AI will ever do that. So I don't want to try to do that while figuring out how to advise myself, my band, and other bands through this podcast about how to promote or make your band stand out. That also needs to become more organic and artistic.
Yeah. Organic
Especially
is
in this
always
age,
a
which
thing.
is the age of authenticity. His gimmicks, man. Will, that's my drum tech over there. He's 20 years old. My little brother's 24 years old. And they fucking hate the internet as much as me at 40. The lack of authenticity, everything's a gimmick. Everything is staged now. Everything is for clicks. Everything is
can-
rage bait.
You can write lyrics now,
They don't even spend any time on the internet.
which I
anymore.
spent.
Good. Move.
They're so much smarter.
Good.
That's why they call them Zoomers, because they're Generation Z, but with the wisdom of Boomers.
Zoomers.
Seriously. Seriously, I'm not joking. Not all of them.
Awesome.
Some of them are just idiots.
Yeah,
but then
well,
there's
that's
the Zoomers.
that's humanity. I mean, that's really humanity. That's.
You guys keep riffing. I got to piss.
I gotta piss so bad.
I do.
but You
I gotta
piss
piss
first.
so fucking
You
bad.
piss first.
Are you going to be a degenerate?
I
And
gotta
piss in the
go
sink, or you
soon,
going
man.
upstairs?
Well, I don't know. I'll piss in the
You gotta
sink.
go- I gotta be out of
You
here.
piss in the sink. I'm pissing
You got to
in
be
the
out of here
sink.
at 8?
Yes, I
Dude,
do.
we're just getting started, dude.
Tough shit.
We usually go till 9, dude.
That's the way it's
You
going.
said tough shit.
Sorry, man. That's how I roll.
Well, I
gotta
gotta
go, man.
I gotta piss.
All right.
We're gonna
Piss
see.
and
We're
you
gonna
go.
we're gonna see if we can procrastinate him and get him to stay past 8.
So is this
Yeah,
all
I'll be right
live
back.
right now?
Yeah,
Yet?
we're very live. You guys keep riffing. I'll be right back.
You're all very live.
You guys have any questions for these guys?
None questions. We've answered everything from
Who was the
from everybody.
17th president?
James Garfield.
So, as a band,
What?
Jason, could you look up the 17th president?
I sure could.
I think it was James Garfield, but I'm not sure. He might have been the
Garfield.
16th.
Did you get Garfield? Did you get it?
I think Garfield was the 16th.
It's Johnson.
Johnson.
Was Garfield the 16th?
Look it up. It's Johnson.
I think Garfield was the 16th. I'm sorry. I wrote a report on him in 1984. You fucking.
There it
Who's
is.
the 16th Garfield?
Oh, this is great. Andrew Johnson.
Is this going to get you any money bait?
Oh, you can't fucking make it up.
Who was the 16th PERS?
Thank you, America.
Who was the 16th PERS?
Thank you, the internets. Thank you. Oh, that's fucking great, dude.
Oh, wait. When was Lincoln? What was it?
I was
Garfield?
right. So 17 was Lincoln?
No, 16 was Lincoln.
16 was
Oh,
Lincoln,
fuck.
17 was
Sorry.
Johnson.
Presidential knowledge on your Tuesday
Showed
evening.
off. It was Andrew Johnson.
Yeah, that's all wasted history.
That's fucking great, dude.
I just want to know when Garfield was. Was he 18? I'm so sad. He was one of the shortest presidents in the United States.
Where's the bowl? Oh, we're smoking cigars. I'm sorry. We're doing this.
We're smoking cigars now.
Is this a thing?
I think that's you.
Is this me?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Here, I'll get the ashes. Don't worry.
Sorry. Thank you. Asher.
18th? 18th?
Fucking, I knew it was him.
There you
I
go.
know, I know my presidents in order, so I heard 17th president. I just went Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson.
You looked it up. You Googled it up the stairs.
No, I didn't. I legit but I get lost. I get lost, and then I can go backwards again. No, seriously. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield.
Poor guy.
See, and then I get lost around Garfield, but then I can go backwards and I can make up the difference. So you can go Trump, Biden, Obama. Yeah, Trump, Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Carter,
What hurts in your heart?
Ford,
What is it that hurts so much?
who was before Ford, Nixon, Kennedy. No, after before Nixon it was Lyndon B. Johnson, and then Kennedy.
Thanksgiving?
And before Kennedy was Eisenhower. Before Eisenhower was
93.
Truman. Before Truman was fucking what's his name? The fucking
Was it Sesame Street the first time?
no
Was this
fucking
one?
what FDR.
Yeah,
Roosevelt.
okay.
Before Roosevelt was fuck, dude.
Was it the
No, don't
first,
show me. Don't
was it
show
the-
me.
was
Fuck.
it-
Okay.
Was it the first Cold Spring?
No, dude. It was. I don't know. I don't.
What
I don't
did
know.
it, man?
I don't know.
What took you down?
I don't. I love
what
history.
made
I
this-
love history. I love history, and I'm good at memorizing things, especially in
relate to that.
especially in like a rhythm where I was able to like memorize the rhythm of the presidents.
I relate to
'cause
that.
You're a fucking yeah, because you get all the skills.
Because it was like singing a song or a rap.
Little mnemonic
you know?
device.
Yep,
You get
exactly.
the
It was the same way
It
It was the exact same way I memorized the German alphabet because they taught it to us in song.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? So it was a rhythm and a cadence, and just like our ABC. You know what I mean?
Is that it?
No, I just took German because I needed a foreign language class, and I didn't want to learn Spanish because I thought Spanish was stupid because everybody else did it. I wanted to be unique, so I learned German.
I can
for
go to
like
Germany.
a semester. It was stupid.
My daughter went to a French immersion school.
I could
elementary school.
have picked so many other languages, and for some reason I picked German. Like, I'm Jewish. Why German? Like, what the fuck was that about, dude? I didn't know any better. Like,
Just in case.
I just didn't want to learn
Just
Spanish because that's what everyone else
No.
did.
It was just in
Yeah,
case.
my
It was just my dumb
in
teenage
case of
way
that.
of being unique. You know what I mean?
love it.
Being slightly rebellious.
I
for
want to
some
learn how to say
arbitrary reason.
shithead in German.
So great.
There you go.
See,
Nice
if
work.
I was smart, I would have been like, I want to know what it sounds like when people try to murder me. Right? That's what I would have said, but I was dumb. I wasn't as creative as I thought I was, dude. I was smart enough, though. Did you guys ever fall into any of the cliques? Because I was smart enough or wise enough, whatever word you want to use, where I looked at the goth kids
Social clicks.
and I was like, why do you guys dress like that? And they
Yeah.
were like, because we want to be unique, man. Because we don't want to look like the rest of you nerds and plebs and jocks. And I was like, yeah, but you all just look like each other. I was like, you're just another group. So, like, there's like 5 of you. We've got the fucking goths. We've got
Yeah.
the stoners. You're all just wearing uniforms. So you want to make fun of the jocks because we're literally wearing uniforms because I was a sports kid. But I also smoked a little weed, so I hung out with the fucking stoners, right?
Right.
But then I was into metal, so I hung out with the goth kids.
What-
and
what-
I just used to rip on everybody. I was like, none of you are, you're all just in a
Nobody's
different
unique.
little
big-
pocket.
How big was your class?
So I went to a bunch of different schools throughout
So-
the state of Minnesota and one in Colorado for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And I just noticed patterns. And it didn't matter how big the school was. It didn't matter where the school was, whether it was the city or the suburbs or the country. Didn't matter what state it was. It's the same exact predictable patterns of tiny little groups that pretend to be special or unique or superior or whatever.
So
It's
I'm just curious, what was the smallest?
the smallest school I ever went
Yes.
to? Probably a couple hundred tops.
Like in your class?
No. The total school.
Total school.
The total school is probably 250.
So probably 35 in your class or so.
Yeah.
Or maybe more.
Yeah.
Or is this like...
Yeah,
How big is
about
school?
20 to 25 is probably the smallest school, and then it was just whatever grades they had in that school, whether that was an elementary school, so
Right.
times 6, or junior high times 3, right? So,
Right. I was a total small towner growing up, so it was like...
so big classes or small classes?
It was just
Tiny.
one size class, whoever was in your class, because it was 35 people.
I remember one town I went to, it was so small, all the middle schoolers, 6th through 8th grade, were in one class. They're just,
Oh, yeah.
There was that few.
Well, I mean, I kind of had the same thing. I was three towns combined, Sioux Valley, Round Lake, and Brewster, and our graduating class was like 38. So I Dennis grew up very much the same way too, but
Yeah,
like
right.
Iron Range
Very
style,
rural.
a little more small town
80,
style.
80 people,
Yeah.
basically, that you grow up with from when you're in kindergarten. So
I also went
it
to
becomes
like,
a strange, large family.
Yes.
I also went to a couple of those country schools where they brought like everyone from 100 miles away. So it was like a 1,400 person school.
But it was like just everybody from everywhere.
yeah.
Fucking that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, hour-long bus rides, to
Oh,
and from school.
that's
in fact,
gross.
actually, if you were in the wrong spot, it was way longer than that. Because I remember girls that I had crushes on having bags in their eyes, and
You
I was
sad
I was
So they
always
got up at like 4 a.m.
yeah, literally, because they had to be on the bus by like 5:15 in order to be
Oh my
at
God.
school by like 7:45 or whatever fucking time we started
That's
school.
awful.
Yeah, I remember one of them. Her name was Amy. Man, she was super cute. She was super tiny, like fucking.
Sorry,
5
Kate.
Like to this day, she'd be 4'11" or whatever. Her, fucking-
Sorry, Kate.
What do you mean, sorry?
Well, I don't know.
Think about elementary school crushes. Like, what do we? I'm not apologizing to my wife for
She's
how
probably
I felt
still
when I was
4.
9.
She's
You
probably still
weirdo.
4'11".
She was hot, man. I'm sorry.
She was tiny back then.
4'11".
She was tiny back then, and I do remember running into her in my early 20s, and she was still super fucking tiny.
Like, are you-
just adorable? Just an absolutely tiny little cutie. Yeah. I don't remember her last name, but I remember her first name was Amy. I had a crush on that girl from like 1st grade to 6th grade because we moved around the state, and multiple times I came back into the same school district. But we never seemed to stick around for more than like 6 months at a time. So I'd like bounce in and out.
What state again?
Right here in Minnesota. We moved from
Right here in Minnesota.
we were like in the northwest suburbs quite a bit. And then all the way out to the Iron Range. Brainerd, fucking Crosby.
Yeah, that's all Iron Rangey.
You might have went to school, with Jake, at some point.
No,
You never
Jake
know.
Was like,
He's Motley Staples.
Maybe.
Right?
no, Jake ended up in St. Louis Park.
Oh.
Coincidentally,
He's
dude,
in Alaska
it's such a
too.
small world. Amanda from Ginger Jake went to school with my sister. Like, it's such a small world.
It is a small world.
It's a very small world.
I had a very small. I didn't. Did you even see this? I sent a text out to the group,
Small.
but I just went out to a show this weekend and saw my friend Lee playing in Euxia, who is a metal band, progressive metal band.
Amazing.
Lee Underwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Lee. She's been on the podcast.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh,
I used to work with Lee at Guitar
I
Center.
love
That's
Lee.
awesome.
She's
Everybody loves
amazing.
Dennis, will you grab me a
Who
Lee?
doesn't love Lee?
Who doesn't? Anyway, and then I
Which, by the way, congrats to Lee getting the job drumming for Via. Shout out to Lee.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
at that right there. Focus the cameras
Oh yeah! Oh
Oh,
yeah!
and
I'm
Sam.
wearing this shirt
Oh,
tonight.
and Sam.
I'm wearing this shirt tonight. Yeah, couldn't imagine somebody who deserves a job better.
Lee is amazing.
She's awesome.
I
She's
love that
awesome.
girl.
She's a great human being too.
She is a great human being.
Oh, she's my daughter. I'll start crying if we start talking about Lee.
Well, you were in the Fool Fighters with her, which we haven't even graced that point. I mean,
anything.
like you guys, man, you did the Fool Fighters thing for so long. Maybe
Yeah.
the only justifiable Foo Fighters cover band in the country.
Amen.
Because
Sister.
everybody
I
else
agree.
sucks. I've heard a
I
lot of
agree.
Foo Fighters bands.
We worked hard.
Jared, to be
On
honest,
YouTube?
dude, I
Or
didn't even
cover
like
band,
I
sorry.
didn't even like
That's-
Foo Fighters until I fucking saw them play.
Dude, you're
I
so
really
ta-
didn't.
Dude,
I really
Dennis,
did not.
You're so talented as a frontman and as a singer and
Oh,
as an
stop
artist
it.
that you can do original music and you can do cover/tribute music, and your authentic artisan essence comes through, man.
It is.
And,
It's
like,
going on.
Honestly, brother, like seriously, Dennis, I really respect you and admire you a lot, dude. Like you're really amazing, man. And I'm not the only one who thinks that way about you. Like you're a very special dude, and honestly, Lance, you're a fucking phenomenal drummer.
Well,
and
I'm not
musician
looking for
as
that,
well,
but
dude.
talk about him for a little bit.
No, but seriously, like I just want to say both of you guys, man. Like,
Well, thank you. I
And I've
appreciate
seen
that.
you do multiple cover and tribute things, which is
You
I would
inhaled.
say the hardest thing I would say here's the hardest thing in music. The hardest thing in music is to find your voice and your style, your sound. Authenticate your deal and then put that out there. That's the hardest thing to do in music. The second hardest thing to do is emulate another sound properly. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're right.
Because anybody can play a bunch of Metallica riffs, but to sound like James Hetfield is fucking impossible.
Right.
I'm as close as anybody I've ever
You're
heard.
using somebody
and I am a B-
else's voice.
at best. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, man. Like to sound like James, or a better example is Eddie Van Halen. Like anybody can play Unchained. Anybody can do that, but nobody can play it and sound like Eddie Van Halen playing.
Dweezil Zappa does a good job, man.
Pretty close.
Dweezil's
Pretty close.
Dweezil's
Yeah,
the
he's
best.
pretty-
He's the best fucking Eddie emulator. He's awesome, man.
He's
Well,
pretty,
he's
he's pretty
Eddie gave
close.
him lessons when he was like 9 years old or
the
something.
closest though is his
I
kid.
wish I was Frank Zappa's kid. That'd be cool.
The closest is his kid,
Yeah,
Wolfie.
I think Dweezil sounds more like he's.
Dweezil's just got
Listen
more
to
time.
Dweezil's fucking eruption. It is
He's just got more
Yeah.
time.
No, I'm not
on.
talking about eruption. I'm talking about
just his
I'm talking about
tone
playing
and
chords,
everything.
man.
Like general feel.
Yeah,
like the Unchained, the Panamas,
Yeah.
where he's playing these
Panama's
pseudo,
such a
these
crazy
pseudo
part.
bar chords because
Oh, those-
Eddie never really played bar chords.
I mean, as a drummer, fucking Panama's guitar part is nuts. So crazy. And
so
Alex
beautiful.
didn't have any choice but to play that nuts part along
so
with him.
beautiful. No, because he always plays. He doesn't play bar chords. It's always open chords with three note voicings. So
Yep.
it's constantly.
Sounds like a bar chord, but
It's
it never
you're
really
doing
is.
E or an A, and you're doing a voicing up top. That is a 3-note thing. So you've got a 4-note chord there, and he just constantly. They used to
then he
call it. They
moves
used
it,
to call
yep.
it double stops, but it became
Okay.
with him. It's triple stops. You know, it's like there's always an open low note. There's always an open chord, open low note, and then the voicing above it. There's never a only. That's where you make the hook, boom, and then you go to the bar chord. You know,
Yes,
that's his whole thing, man. That's believe me, I've
and he did it
studied
better
for
than
30
anybody
years.
else.
It's exactly what he does, man.
And it's better than anybody else doing the same thing.
Yep,
Because
yep.
he didn't even originate that. That's the beautiful thing about Eddie Van Halen.
Everything open.
No,
He did not invent this. He just did it better than anybody before or after.
and made
Yeah.
it sound like him.
Absolutely.
Yep, exactly.
That's all you can really try to do as a musician, I feel like. I mean, just try to do something that sounds like you.
When I think about Eddie Van Halen, I'm like,
Is that your favorite guitar player?
yeah, he's Billy
too,
Gibbons.
Me too.
Billy
for sure.
Gibbons, and fucking, I don't fucking know. Johnny Cash. It's this weird. He covers such a
Hendrix, too, for
wide
sure.
breadth of players. It's unbelievable to me. Every time I hear, still at this age, after all these years of playing and knowing what I know, it's like he just goes, man. He's like fucking John Coltrane, fucking
Just
it's not even
moving.
a guitar. It's a saxophone, you know.
Yeah, it is something different, especially when compared to if you can. And this is something that my age and younger has a harder time with, and I feel like I'm kind of the last of a dying breed, where it's you're able to put yourself in the imagination of somebody from that time, because the young kids that listen
Right.
to Eddie Van Halen now, that's just shredding. They don't
Yeah, yeah.
understand that at
Yeah.
that time, there was nothing like this.
Nothing.
And then everything after that was just trying to be him.
Yep.
For like in all music, not just like rock music like that, but pop music, because he was playing along with people like Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, and like playing significant parts, playing solos, playing whole riffs, playing whatever.
Yep. And here we are in 2025. I'm a 40-year-old musician, and Eddie Van Halen reshaped the way I wrote guitar riffs when I was 26, 27 years old. So I had already been in music for 10, 15 years, writing shitty guitar riffs and shitty songs, right? And then I went to a fucking Van Halen concert, already knowing all of Van Halen, already being a Van Halen fan. And I watched Eddie Van Halen play guitar, and it wasn't the shredding that blew my mind. It was his use of chords to fill the wall of sound. A single guitar player playing chords in succession, like while scaling and riffing in between, to make a song that sounds just as full and just as elaborate as other bands that need 2 and sometimes 3 guitar players to just sound full, like a full band.
And
it's just one dude
I
doing
agree with
this.
that utterly.
It blew my fucking mind. It
Dude.
changed. I was like, I need to play more chords. Like, that's literally, I walked out of that concert going, I need to play more chords.
And with that,
And I know that's the opposite of how anybody else got inspired by Eddie Van Halen, but that's also kind of my point.
but Eddie and Alex, like Eddie made Alex and Alex made Eddie. It was so cool
sure.
how they just intertwined with each other, and because Alex was so much the same kind of thing where
Yes.
he was doing conventional things, but they were just not conventional at the same time.
The way he played a double as a triplet
Yeah.
made it impossible.
Just he swung. That's what that is. It's swinging.
But
it's like old school jazz.
We can describe
It's
it 1,000 ways,
swinging.
but it made it impossible to play an Alex Van Halen drum part perfectly.
Yeah.
Nobody could sound like Alex Van Halen.
Because it was an
he's
Alex
doubling
and an
in a
Eddie
triplet.
Van Halen drum part, and it was an Eddie and an Alex Van Halen guitar part.
That goes back to that eruption thing you brought up.
Hop
Nobody-
teacher.
Yeah, that's what eruption leads into, right? Or no. Or does eruption lead
Eruption
into
goes into
the cover? It goes into
Devil.
the cover.
Devil.
No. The eruption goes into the cover. You really got me.
You really got me. There you go. Thank you.
You really get me now. He sang the shit.
Which
out of
there
that.
you go. There you go. Another great example of another great vocalist being able to do covers and make them arguably better than the original. Between California Girls,
Oh, fuck
And-
that dancing in the streets, man.
Dancing in the Streets.
Dancing in the streets is Pull that shit up.
Have you ever listened to the
Pull that
isolated?
shit up.
Have you-
Dancing in the streets is the best fucking cover.
That's the
Pull it up.
isolated
that's
vocals.
anybody
Pull it up.
ever done ever.
Isolated
Pull up.
vocals for fucking
No,
DLR.
no,
not
the
even-
whole band,
Just
but
pull
Eddie.
up. Just pull up "Dancing in the Streets."
Oh
but
my God.
while he pulls this
That's
up,
their
have you guys
best
heard?
cover.
Have you guys heard David Lee Roth isolated vocals?
Oh, I've heard a lot of
For
it. I heard that
anything.
Running with the Devil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
dude.
out to the devil.
Dude,
or,
and-
thanks
When he's
out to the devil.
shaking the chains and shit.
Bro. But
Oh
then,
my God, he's
when
beautiful.
they show you the sonic frequencies of his voice, he's singing 2 and 3 notes at the same time, which we all do.
yeah, total
everybody is
heart- yeah.
speaking
All
multiple
scratchy.
frequencies. Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
but he's doing a very rare and
Oh, yeah, 'cause
very
he's fucking
high level
David Lee
vocal
Roth,
technique where he's
motherfucker.
literally hitting
He's-
2 notes at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And he was hitting shit
Yeah,
like
dude,
nobody
Dancing in
else.
the Street.
Like
Up one more.
nobody else
Up
hit
one
back
more.
when.
Go up one. Yeah, there you go.
That's the remaster. You want the remaster?
This is money.
Turn it up a little bit. Right in
Fuck yeah,
YouTube.
he's
Right in
singing
YouTube.
the
Yeah,
shit
there you go. Do me a favor. Go into the mixer and turn the monitoring off. Wherever this is coming from, turn the monitoring off in my headphones.
Blasting you
Just
the
in
fuck
my
out.
headphone mix. Just in my headphone mix. And we got to keep talking over it so we don't get demonetized.
No, we don't want to get demonetized right now. at all. This, and combined with that, tastes like, I don't,
It's a
I
good
gotta
time.
try- I gotta see what that tastes like. This pistachio, indeed, is amazing. Pistachio cream ale. Pistachio cream ale.
Goddamn cover that's never been done.
Pistachio cream ale, indeed. It's what you need to make you feel good. Is that not nice? I don't like beer.
That's pretty good.
Around the world. I think it's an intermission. Sorry, we're on. We're on, Dennis.
Good job, Jason.
Nice work, Jason.
Very good job.
Appreciate you.
Do you understand what we just did, by the way? Okay, we got to keep talking over this track.
We're
though, 'cause
talking.
We're
I've
going
been
to
talking the
definitely
whole
get
time.
demonetized. But
I don't want to get
okay,
demonetized.
turn it down, Jason. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Keep going. Keep going. Turn it down. Turn it down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No, just turn it down in YouTube, buddy. Yeah, there we go. So the brilliance of this is their ability. This is my opinion, and tell me if you guys think I'm fucking wrong. Do not kiss my ass because it's my podcast. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think the brilliance of Van Halen is that they have the absolute minimum number of musicians. However, they have one guitar player, one bass player, right? One drummer, one
Said he
singer.
played bass on all the records.
However,
sorry.
they 100% sound as
I know
big
this.
and as elaborate as any band who has two guitar players or three guitar
They're as
players.
big as Chicago, man. They're as big as a 9-piece
and
band.
it's just four dudes. And
I
I
don't
don't
disagree
think
with
that
that
could
at all.
ever be overstated.
I think
Van
it all,
Halen is
it all goes with
the
any-
reason I play music. I'm sorry, there's no other reason. They're the number one fucking reason. Anyway, I'm done.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Dennis. So is that the first?
There's
So,
nothing
so
close,
did you
man.
see? But I'm asking you for the
Never
start.
saw him live.
No, but is like that the thing that started you?
Absolutely.
So there was
Absolutely.
nobody that inspired you before Eddie.
It was the band. It was
Well,
the
fair-
it was
fair
the
enough, fair
logo.
enough, fair
It
enough.
was
My-
the everything.
Fair enough.
It was
that's
the
my
it was
Metallica.
the it was the essence of the thing.
That's my Metallica.
And seeing the fucking logo, and that was it.
yeah, everything
And then
was
understanding
yeah, I
that-
get it.
Yeah,
That
it
was my Metallica, dude.
There you go.
That
it
was my
like
Metallica.
A fucking,
It was a
it
perfect
wasn't a
synopsis of
musician,
everything
it
that
was
should
an
be.
icon,
Yes.
which is fucking creepy. Whatever, we're all creepy. But what was yours, Lancey? Come on,
Zeppelin.
Yeah, who's the band that hit you?
Zeppelin.
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 Another
It was
great
my
band
uncle.
with the
It
logo,
was my
the
uncle, the
sound,
logo,
the
I
image.
mean-
See, same thing. It's the
Yep.
it's the image. It's the same thing.
And
The
it was,
sound, the image, the logo, it all lined up, and it was perfect.
and that was right before I started drumming.
No
So
shit.
you got to think that it pretty much turned me on to drumming. I mean, I would think. I mean, my brother had tried to make me play along with, even before I started becoming a drummer at all. He was like, I was like, I like drums. And he's like, well, play along with, play along with ZZ Top. Play along with this song. And I was like,
Yeah, we knew
I
that.
don't know what
Yeah,
I'm
you really
doing.
got me. We knew that. No, it's funny too because now that I'm sitting here kind of like looking at the three of us and thinking about the three of us, all three of those answers make exact perfect sense for our personalities.
I would agree.
Like you being you, having Eddie Van Halen and Van Halen as a guitar player, you being you with John Bonham and Led Zeppelin.
I'm pretty much John Bonham and Robert Plant combined.
And then, yeah, right. It might be a combo.
is what I
And then
feel
for-
like.
And then for me, it being James Hetfield and Metallica,
And
it perfectly,
It does kind of make
it
sense.
perfectly fits. I'm a little silly and a little talkative for the James Hetfield comparison. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, it perfectly fits my version of masculinity, right? Like, I'll be a little silly and goofy and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm
Makes
still
you feel like you.
It's
Yeah,
the
like-
sports team you'll never give up on.
yeah.
Fans.
Yeah, man,
You'll
like
never give up on
that's
that
my
team.
guy. Like when I was whatever 7 years old or 11 years old, I don't remember when it was, but I saw that music video of James Hetfield, and I was like, that's the guy I want to be like. That's who I want to be. And then from that literal moment on, and I think the only difference between us and everybody else is we remembered the moment. That's the only difference. I think a lot of people can't go zoom in to the pinhead moment. This was my
What
moment
made it
zero.
explode for you?
This is my moment zero. Musicians are incredibly not unique in this respect. Musicians always seem to remember the moment. But a lot of other people in other industries and other art forms, they don't remember the
Quite
moment.
get
It
when
was
they
like,
learned
it was
how to-
kind of
to
just like a
paint or
thing that
whatnot.
slowly happened. Exactly. Like I don't know. And then one day I was just doing it, which is cool. That's also super like inspiring. That's very.
Right.
I'm not diminishing what but there's something ununique about all musicians that we all share this moment, this catalytic pinhead moment where we go,
Yeah.
nope, I wanted to be that guy. That's when my moment happened. That's when my life changed. And I've talked to a lot of musicians where this isn't true, and they're like, no, it was just kind of always a thing, you know. And those are the ones that are hard to understand and relate to, because most of us have this band or this moment or this person.
Well, yeah, you just feel like there's this explosion that happens in you at some point, and all of a sudden you're like obsessed with something, you know, as a teenager, and you're just like
Amen.
just digging into it, and you're like, why am I so obsessed? Everybody else is watching the basketball game, and I'm playing drums down here in the band room.
Or me being me, I'm fucking watching the football game and playing the guitar.
Right. Well,
Because the
That-
music,
that's Dennis
the
with
music is the
everything.
driver. The football game is the background.
that's
Or
Dennis
when
with
I'm
pretty
working
much
out or doing
everything.
football, music is in the background. So music and sports for me were synonymous. Also, not that unique. You'd be shocked how many musicians are former athletes. You guys play some little sports?
Yeah,
No?
we all play sports.
I
yeah.
quit
Did you?
because of drums.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
Broke my finger playing football for Round Lake, Sioux Valley Round Lake Brewster. Why would I ever
It's part
play
of the,
drum or play
Yeah.
football when I'm going to break my finger when I want to play drums forever, and I'm not going to play football anytime?
part of the musician thing is the team thing.
Yes.
and you learn that when you're a
Yes.
kid.
Yes.
You have to. You gotta. When it's time to acquiesce, you do it.
Yep.
When it's time to take control, you do it. You have to.
Yep.
And that's part of
Stay on the
that's
mic.
being
Stay
in a
on the mic.
band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I
being in a
quit.
band.
I quit a team sport for a team sport.
Exactly.
Is what I
Basically.
did. It was like, but I'm not going to break my fingers doing this one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
And it's a
Probably see. Nah.
it's a
Until I
different.
go rollerblading and break my arm right before I'm supposed to record. Tell that story.
You broke your arm right before you had to record. Is that when John
I
Gasmer
did.
showed up and
This
played?
is the best
No,
story of
no.
all. It's the most brutal and best story of all time.
No, it
I'm
was
sorry,
just-
I'm calling you.
No,
but
it's okay. It was.
What
It
happened?
was just. It was when I was in Grace Point, and I was supposed to. We were going to record the whole album that we're waiting to record for years, and I got my new drum module that I was going to do it all perfectly with, and then I went rollerblading and broke the fuck out of my wrist.
Go grab us a couple of those little.
tell them about
glasses
how
from
you
up
went
in the
sideways
street.
and grabbed the.
Grab us 3 of them.
Dennis loves this part.
Because you
But
went
basically-
sideways.
Basically, I fell down on my wrist, and my wrist went like, and it went off sideways. So it's like this, and I just looked at myself as a non-medical professional, which I am now, and I wouldn't advise this, but I went like, maybe it's just sprained, and I go like, shaboom,
Oh no!
and I just straightened that fucker right out. And then when I got to the ER, they asked me who straightened it out, and they said, who reduced your injury? And I was like, what does reduced mean? And they said, straightened it out, and I was like, I did. And they said, I said, is that bad? And they said, we'll see.
That's a cowboy, ladies and gentlemen.
I kind of
Fucking
understand.
best
So
story
what
ever.
you did was very dangerous and could have caused nerve damage, and they don't know yet. Yes.
I think I'm doing
yes.
okay
Thank you,
so
sir.
far. I've managed. Oh, we got
you, sir.
we got whiskey going.
All right,
Jeez.
before I know Dennis has got to get going here in a few minutes, so before we get out of here,
When I said gave you the tough shit.
Shapoopa,
I'll be okay.
shapoopa.
I just don't want to be murdered. I'm going through some shit, man.
hey, here's the thing, man. We're all going through some shit. It's called being an American.
It's called being in humanity.
I'm proud to be an American.
Well, at least I know.
I think I might be free.
I might be, maybe. I don't know.
might be possibly free. It depends on who's in control at
Well,
the
I don't know
time.
what's going on.
1 minute I think I'm free, the next minute I'm questioning my sanity.
The first year of marriage is the hardest, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not. It's the 8th year, but
Okay. Well,
Did you
the
just get
first year
married?
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
how long have you been together before the marriage? This is,
probably
hold on,
about 2
just so you
years.
guys. Okay, yeah, so you're very new in your relationship.
Yeah.
It genuinely gets easier if you pick the right person until you hit about year 7 or 8, and then everything either of you say or do will drive each other nuts. And then if you can just make it past
can't.
that little hump,
There's no way I'm going to go by these parameters.
which is, by the way,
What? You're 7 or 8? What
That's
the
where-
hell are you talking about?
so that's where I'm at
What?
right now. So I'm in year 8 right now, and I got this advice from every elderly couple who had been married 20, 30 years. There's this thing that happens. There's this thing that happens about 7, 8 years in where everything you say and do drives each other nuts. That's the tough patch. If you can get past
Well,
7
we're
and
kinda
8
past
years,
it because we were dating.
but you've only been
We
together
were-
3, 4 years total.
Yeah, we were effing for a long time ago, though.
Right. So, but what I'm saying,
But
this
it was,
is according to
it was
them.
part-time.
Dude, I'm not in a position to preach,
Okay.
bro. I'm in it.
All right, all
I'm
right,
just
all right,
I'm
all
just
right.
passing on wisdom that was given to me. But they say if you can get past 7 or 8 years,
Okay.
it actually gets way easier, which is true because the first year is a honeymoon, the second year, third year, whatever. Hold on. It's very nutty. It's very nutty and very peat mossy. This is a non-aged single malt Scotch. It's not very expensive, but it's real. It's real. It's real Scottish. It's real Scottish Scotch. You might not like it. You might. Who knows? But we're not doing it on the rocks. This is real.
It's nice.
Not doing it on the rocks, it's real.
I don't do many
And it's
shots.
a sipper. It's a real Scotch. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a sipper. You don't shoot.
Yeah.
You don't shoot it. You just sip it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it a lot, man.
that's really
It's very earthy, very peat mossy. The shell dog.
shielding.
Do you like Degs?
Shell dog.
Do you like Degs? Because it's a
Single-
shell Deg.
Single malt Scotch whiskey, say.
Arr.
This
like
is what you
Degs?
do in the land of the below.
Do you like Degs?
We're in the land of the below right
here's
now.
the thing. They don't pay me any money, so don't show that on camera. Turn it around.
Pay more money, bitches.
Any money.
You want the money, don't you, Shell Dog?
They
Yeah.
don't pay me any money.
So you guys are recording an album. When are you guys dropping this?
Goddamn right we are.
We're trying in September.
September.
Yeah.
23rd.
Who are you recording with?
Me.
Lance Reed.
Or you're doing it all yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Damn right.
Ballsy,
Lance
man.
is our producer.
Ballsy, man.
Oh, he's going for it, dude.
I just feel like
He has learned the craft, and he
We-
is fucking rolling with
You
it.
guys seem a little different, though. You seem like you know your sound and you know what you want, so it might be better.
I just know
We know
that
what the
I
fuck
let
we
these-
like.
I let
Yeah,
these guys do
exactly,
whatever they
exactly.
want. Basically, is what I've always wanted to happen in recording. I just want us to do what we do, and that's what I do. I
Are
just
you
let
gonna
us do
mix
what
it
we
on
do.
your own, too?
Yeah.
Oh,
You gonna master it on your own, too?
Oh, yeah,
he's
probably.
mastering now.
I would advise separating one of those two.
I know.
If you mix your own record, you shouldn't master it. If
I
you
know.
master
For a
your own
different
record, you
perspective?
shouldn't mix. Yes.
Something.
But then-
something needs to give, and I don't know
But
what it is
then
yet.
you have someone you can blame because you think the master sucked for the rest of your life.
Well, then you can just get
So
somebody
the-
else to remaster it.
Well, yeah, well,
Because you
I'm
mixed it.
just saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I know.
But
we
that
all
is
know.
the age-old thing,
I
is
think
don't mix your own
That
master.
is the thing. The thing is probably don't
Or vice
record
versa.
your own
Don't
band,
master your
but-
own mix. No,
Because
you can
probably-
record.
how
I
about-
mean,
you know
Adam
what-
D
you know
did
what
it.
comes-
Adam
don't
D
re-
recorded
You know
and
what?
mixed his
Don't
own
write
bands.
your own
Was it
songs.
Kill Switch Engage?
I told you that. I don't know. I
So-
don't know many musicians. I told you that before, but
Adam D. Adam D. from Kill Switch Engage recorded and mixed his own bands, but he definitely had somebody else master them. Because what Dennis said, you want somebody else, a fresh set of ears. They can realize you're missing a
we've had that
frequency
before,
here. You're
and what we've
But
had
if
is
we all, yeah, if we can have a council and figure out what we all like with the master, then we're mastering it. So he's the engineer, he's the producer,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
and then we take it and
And the
Okay.
thing is,
Okay,
we've had separate.
And you
know what I
guys-
mean?
You guys
Where at
are
least you got
unique.
different ears.
You are unique, and you have the experience and
Being able
the
to-
wisdom to do this. So,
And we've had
if
different
you're
people
20 years
master.
old, don't do this.
We've
Yes,
had different
exactly,
people
don't.
master.
If you're 20 years old, don't do this. But if
Well,
you're
you always want fresh airs. Absolutely.
And we do offer that. We
Yeah,
let
you
our
always
friends
want
hear our
fresh
stuff
airs,
and be
yeah.
like, "What do you think of this?"
Yes.
and you guys you're also not doing like a fucking string section and 7
Sometimes.
layers of backing
No,
vocals.
we've got medieval
really?
string instruments in some of our
No
shit. So
shit.
yeah, for real.
Do you guys have somebody that comes in and records those, or do you
Well,
like, sample them?
we had somebody who came and recorded
No
those.
shit,
Yeah,
really?
She was in the building.
Yeah,
She's
No
a
fucking
tenant,
way,
yeah.
dude. That's super cool.
yeah. We have a little spot of our place, which has been annoying at times because all of a sudden they would not tell us they were having a performance, and I'd be down
Right.
playing drums, for instance, just fucking blazing through some shit for the fuck of it,
And somebody starts
and
playing
somebody
in the next
starts
room.
fucking knocks on my door, and I'm like, "Who's here?" And it would be upstairs saying, "I'm sorry, we're having a performance tonight," but they did figure out to tell us that eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little better.
Here's the schedule.
At least you're not
But-
fucking in the middle of your track.
Yeah.
Right,
And a sub
but-
goes off in
But
the
yeah,
background.
but one of the people we met through there did a track. I can't remember the name of the instrument. It's an 8-stringed medieval instrument.
was that thing?
That's like a cello, but also
Jason, pull this up. 8-string medieval instrument
It was
like a
cool,
cello.
man. I can't
Mary
remember.
Burke.
It's not a dulcimer.
Mary Burke played it
Contra-
for us.
It's not a
Bass
dulcimer.
cellobug.
You're not talking
No.
about a
Yeah,
dulcimer.
It's a stand-up bowed instrument.
Mm.
Sits, but I mean, it's like
I
it's the size of a
cannot remember.
cello.
It was cool as
You got
shit,
it,
though.
Jason?
Yeah.
I'm looking.
It's very bizarre. You probably won't find it, Jason. I'm sorry.
He'll
But
find it.
but
probably won't
that was one of the
find
things
it.
we did in our recent recordings, and that was Dennis.
You're not
actually.
talking about a sitar either.
No. It's like a cello, but it's like a 4-stringed giant,
Like a baritone guitar.
4-string giant
As a
mandolin,
cello.
basically, right? A
Yeah.
4-string giant. Did it have
That's what it's
12-string strings,
A
like
viol?
a smaller string and a
Wait.
A thurbo?
That might be it.
thurbo?
thurbo?
Is,
Thurbo, I'm not
that looks
sure.
like that's an 8-string
Yeah.
instrument.
I think it's close to that because she. Yeah.
Keep on talking.
It's
A
not
viol?
exactly a cello. Yeah, but it's in between. Yeah, because it was tuned, and she was tuned a half step down, which was cool. Because she just settled in, and that's why I started talking to her in the alley, and I remember that part of it is that it was tuned, slack tuned. It was a half step down. So I don't know what it is, but it was weird, and it sounded amazing.
I mean, that sounds like exactly what he pulled up. A
It was
viol.
cool as shit, man. Yeah,
Like a violin
that's
and a
gotta
cello.
be it. Yeah,
A viol. And that, like, even verbally, it
yeah, because
sounds...
they have a small a symphony group upstairs or on the second floor of the building. So
And then instead of being tuned like a
Power nerds,
a
man.
mandolin, instead of being tuned like a mandolin where it's just 2 identical strings for the 8, it's probably octaved. So you have a high E and a low E. You have a high E,
I don't know.
an A
I
and
think
a
it
low
is.
A.
that
I
sounds
think that's
right
what
though.
it is.
Yeah,
Logically, this is all.
But she was
adding
good,
up.
man.
Like,
She
this
was
is all
fucking-
making a lot of sense.
she was
Hopefully
good,
this
man.
is correct.
Lance brought her in, and we talked to her in the alley when
And
she
this
was
is going
walking
to be
out.
on your upcoming album.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's one of the
songs.
two.
Really?
Yeah, the river.
Interesting.
And she came down and fucking.
That's the name
And
of the
she
album
was
or the name
nervous
of the
as
song?
shit.
Name of the
It's like-
song.
It was great because she came in and there's all these dudes, and I made sure to. I always know how to make myself small, and I fucking
He
stayed
did make
outside.
himself small. He's a
and,
Neanderthal.
I fucking stayed outside for a while. Then I came in and she was. I could see she was already freaking out. It's like these 3 dudes, and I'm trying to play this part. And then Lance was asking me about chords. It was great, man. It's like, oh, C, G, F. And she nailed it, man. She did a great job. I still don't
It
know
is-
her name.
it's
I
Mary.
have no idea what
Mary.
her name is.
Her name's Mary. But
Was it Mary? Of
Burke,
course it was
but
Mary.
She,
Of course her name was Mary.
the thing was so cool. It sounded like a
it
hurdy-gurdy
was
slash
weird,
bagpipe
dude.
slash cello.
Hurdy-gurdy. Yeah.
It was
A bagpipe / cello.
Yeah.
hurdy-gurdy.
I would agree.
Slash bagpipe /
Yeah.
cello.
Interesting.
Hurdy-gurdy, you know what that is? It's like this string
Tell 'em.
instrument from
I love
Scotland,
this.
right? It's like
Yes.
they grind it and it like rubs along the strings and then they push different buttons.
Oh yeah!
And it's like
pull
a
this up.
bagpipe
Pull this
type
up
feel.
for the viewers. A hurdy-gurdy.
Come on.
I've
The
seen
old
this.
men
I
are
didn't know
gonna
that's
tell
what it
you-
was
The old
called.
men are going
though.
to tell you about the hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, you turn a dial
To the
to
dial
create
for
some
the
sort of
hurdy-gurdy.
resonance.
Yes,
It creates some
yes.
sort of resonance.
Yep.
It's
in
like
a
it's
chamber,
yeah, it's
and then-
basically
and then
it's
you-
like
and
rubbing
then
along
you-
a string. It's
and
just
then
like
you-
a thing rubbing along a string, like a stringed instrument.
Will, have you heard of this? Yeah, you've seen it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's my Led Zeppelin influence that
That's
made me
it.
think of that.
Yep, that's a hurdy-gurdy. Yep,
Hurdy-gurdy, man.
You're
that's
the
it.
hurdy-gurdy man,
Hurdy-gurdy,
Donovan.
man.
Look how
Dennis
he
is-
spelled
Baby.
hurdy-gurdy.
Dennis is Donovan.
That is technically
Hey,
correct
Donovan.
according to several
Donovan.
spellings. Actually, that guy's wrong.
Ooh,
He put a
that's-
hardy-gurdy.
Hardy-gurdy.
What the hell are you doing,
A
buddy?
hardy hurdy-gurdy is what he typed. What a weirdo. Well, fellas, we got June 6th with Far, Far Away, Dayblock Brewing. Tickets are in the link, right, Jason? You got that all in there?
That is correct.
Thank you, Jason.
Awesome.
Jason needs a camera. I'm just saying,
we're
hair's
with
too
Heed the
sweet
Warning.
not to have a camera.
Technically, there's a camera back there, but
Turn it on, Jason.
don't turn it on, Jason.
Jason, turn it on. Don't listen to
Technically,
him.
it's all the way on. We just don't really have a scene for it. That's actually what's going on there. Because honestly, if we let it do its thing and it triggered it every time they made noise back there, it would spend 75% of the podcast back there. That's why we don't have a camera back there. But fuck, I lost my train of thought as soon as you brought up the camera for the producers thing. Because there is a camera back there, and we've talked about that.
without the butane. That's
I'm
why.
worried about the
Oh,
camera.
here you go, buddy. Here, use this one, man. Oh yeah, you guys got to get out of here. Let's wrap this up. But do you guys want to do a little jammy jam real quick before you get out of here?
Dennis, do you want to do a little jammy jam?
Dennis, do you want a little jammy jam? Are you feeling musically inclined tonight?
Jammy jam.
No pressure, dude.
Like over here?
Yeah, no
All
pressure.
right, I'll do it.
All right. Let's wrap this up, guys. Like, subscribe, and go to my Patreon because that's where this is going to be. We're going to throw this behind a paywall, so suck it, nerds. I'll give you guys the content. You guys can share it for free. But
Share it
if you guys
for
actually want to see this, you have to
free.
go to my Patreon right now. You have to subscribe for any level you choose, and you're going to be able to watch these guys jam. Give us literally 5 to 10 minutes tops, and we're going to be live in the Patreon. Go there right now. Jared Singer. Wait, I don't know my own Patreon anymore. It's in the description. It's in the description. The Patreon's in the description. Go
Give
there.
the man some money.
I'm pretty
He
sure it's
deserves it. It's a
patreon.com/Jared.
Jared Singer Extravaganza.
I'm pretty sure it's patreon.com/Jared Singer Live. But we're gonna put it there. It'll be there for a week or 2 or 3 or 4, and then it'll be public and you can see it for free. But if you want to see it right now live, go to patreon.com/Jared Singer Live. It's in the description. Give us 5-10 minutes and we're gonna be live. These guys are gonna do a little jammy. All right. Get us out of here, Jason.